Hello, everyone. It is October 1st. It is officially spooky season. Halloween is here. We are talking about one of the wildest films of 1985, H.P. Lovecraft's Re-Animator. Let's pop in the tape.
Oh, just kind of fades out there, doesn't it?
I'm Brandon Mindell. With me always is Jay Ryan in Los Angeles, California. And tonight, our special guest is honestly a legend of the horror fan community.
Yep.
Mr. Sean Clark is with us. Hey, Sean, thanks for coming and doing
Hello.
the show.
Thanks for having me.
Major thanks,
Uh,
man.
Yeah, honestly, you and I got to spend a small amount of time together at the Fan Fest, Back to the Future night, with Adam. We were
Yeah.
hanging out that night, and I'm such a huge fan of you and the content that you put out. If people don't know, Sean does probably, I would say, the best film locations, videos on the internet. Horrors, hallowed grounds. You've been doing it for how many years? Like probably 20 years?
Whoa.
uh, yeah. Actually, the Horrors Hall Grounds is officially, as far as the video version,
Yeah.
20 years old. Because the
Wow.
first episode came out on the Halloween 25 Years of Terror documentary that came out in 2005 from Anchor Bay. But there it is.
Wow.
I've been doing filming locations stuff since the mid 90s,
Yeah.
but didn't really have anywhere to put it. And then I started it as a written article that was on the internet, on the old, like, various horror news sites, and then went to Horror Hound magazine, and then continued on in the video thing. I was doing it mainly for bonus features for Blu-ray and DVD, but
Yeah.
then during the pandemic, I decided, you know what? Why don't I start a YouTube channel and put them all there and make new ones? Because my relationship with Scream Factory was the main company I'd been doing stuff with. That relationship had kind of not soured, but physical media had been dying, budgets were shrinking. It
Yeah.
just wasn't really worth my time. I do it for fun, all right?
Yeah.
And so it has to be convenient. But if you
Mm.
want me to stop everything and fly across the country to make a video for you,
Yeah.
for you to sell, I got to be able to at least cover my expenses.
For
So
sure. I mean, for me, like I'm a big physical media buyer. It's my
I can
main
tell.
How? Yeah. Are you sure?
it's my
Jeez.
main collection, and like that is for me, that is a big reason why I am such a big fan of yours, because you have the filming locations video on this Scream Factory Prince of Darkness. These are just some of the ones that I pulled. You got Horror's Hollow Ground on In the Mouth of Madness. And
Yeah.
then this one, this is actually one of my favorite releases ever. This is
Oh,
that Blu-ray Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but this slip is like one of the coolest things ever.
Oh, whoa.
yeah.
Just how so for me, that's always been like I love special features on Blu-rays, and I love filming locations. So for me, it's just like it's always so great. Like, okay, Horde Hollow Ground. Like I'm gonna get the most information. I'm gonna get great shot matches. I think that's one of the other things that you're really good at is you can just find the angles and match the shot so well.
Thanks. Yeah. Like I said, it's a labor of love. I do
Yeah,
it because I'm a fan.
yeah,
Um, I've been asked to do, back in the day, Scream Factory would ask me to do episodes like, oh, we got this coming out, this coming out. Do you want to do these? And if I wasn't a fan, I'd pass.
yeah,
I only did one episode that I wasn't really a fan of the film. And I only did it because I was already doing the bonus features for the Blu-ray anyway,
Yeah,
and it was a film that had very few locations, so it was a pretty easy one to do. But it
yeah,
was John Carpenter's "Someone's Watching Me,"
yeah. I that is a John Carpenter movie I've never seen.
Same.
and there's probably a reason why.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not terrible. It was a made-for-TV. You know, it's just not amazing. You know.
Well, I thank you for doing the show. It does it means a great deal to me.
Oh,
And on the other side, you are a massive. You're a collector. You collect toys. You collect horror memorabilia, but also you collect screen use props and you have some pretty cool stuff in your collection. You also do a series of videos on your YouTube channel. I believe it's called The Collection, right? The with
yeah, it's
Sean
just
Clark.
called The Collection
Yeah,
with Sean Clark. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and you break down some of the screen use items you have. I mean, I'm a big Killer Clowns fan, so
Nope,
those
you're gonna
killer.
like one of my next videos.
Oh
Is it?
yeah.
It's on your shirt.
Oh wow,
So
Clownzilla, little teaser.
I
That's
may or
awesome.
may not have gotten the one and only Clownzilla.
Wow,
I may or may not have finally broke the person who's had it for several
that's
years.
so cool.
Yeah.
I met Clark when we did the Pee Wee thing, also with Adam the Woo over at Warner
Yeah.
Brothers, and Sean, you were so nice. And I didn't really know this much about your background as much as Brandon did. And the moment we started talking, it just you kind of blew my mind in every single direction because it was the props and the locations, basically everything I'm kind of into and a fan of as well. And then you had just come off the heels of your Poltergeist house visit, and you were telling us about the video, showing us a couple clips on your phone that looked outstanding. And then when the video came out, I watched it on your channel, and it looked like a hell of a good time.
Yeah.
You
That
really
was
went
the
above and
last.
beyond, man.
Yeah, that was the last episode I really put some time into. Sometimes when you're making these things, you're out there, on someone's property or whatever, and you're trying to just do it quick and dirty,
Hmm.
without
Yeah,
getting in trouble. But having access to the house that I paid for, obviously,
yeah,
for 2 nights was very beneficial to making a good video.
yeah.
Well, it
Yeah,
showed.
my favorite part in your video is when you pull yourself underneath the bed, and then in Adam the Woo's video, you recreated it, and it was like a behind the scenes video. You showed everybody how you did that shot. So
Yeah.
it was like a bonus feature for your own video in Adam's video.
Well, it was funny because when I did it, I didn't know it looked good until I played it back because they were all laughing,
Yeah,
and I watched it and I was like, "Holy shit, that looks like we did some special effect
yeah,
or something," you know.
yeah.
We
No, it
only
was great.
did 2 takes. The only new thing they told me is they kick your legs more. I was like,
Yeah,
okay, so because he
yeah,
kicks
and
his legs,
yeah.
when
Totally.
Oliver gets pulled under, Robbie.
Yeah, my dad Kevin was there as part of the Adam crew for Adam's night in the house.
Your what?
My dad Kevin was there. There
Your
was
dad?
yeah for Adam's video.
I can
Yeah.
confirm this. I watched it. I saw him in there.
Wait, Kevin is your father?
Yep.
Yeah, not Kevin Heimbach.
Okay.
There was another Kevin there. There was two Kevins.
Who's the other Kevin that was there? Oh, that
The
was
other
a guy I
BC
didn't really
DeLorean.
talk to much. I didn't really know him.
Yeah, that's my dad.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right on. Why didn't you
Uh,
come?
It's just too short notice. My dad's retired. He just
Oh,
travels,
wait.
does whatever.
You're the guys that have the cars and stuff.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
now it's all coming back to me that
Yes.
when we talked at Universal. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, BC DeLorean, yeah. Adam came up and that's how we became friends with Adam and all that.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
And Sean,
Got
when we
it,
talked,
got it.
movie cars came up as well, and it turned out when I first met Brandon up at the Coonies weekend with Adam and everybody else, Justin, he's got one of the Ectos that we built. So
Oh.
it was just kind of a crazy small world how this all sort
Yeah.
of came together.
All a small world.
No way. Yeah, and
Um,
it's funny how we all kind of met through Adam, I guess.
Yeah.
In a way.
The
Weird.
tie that binds.
He's the beacon.
Yeah. But,
Um,
the funny thing about when I met Adam, I was really at first kind of bitter about the guy because I'd been doing these location videos for like ever,
yeah,
and people would come up to me and say, "Oh, I saw your video. It reminds me of Adam the Woo's videos." And I'm like, "Who the hell is Adam the Woo?"
yeah,
And I didn't know who he was, and I watched his one of his videos, and I've never actually even asked him, but his intro was very similar to mine with a punk rock song
yeah,
and a lot of
yeah,
running around. And I was kind of like, is this guy ripping me off? But then people would come up to me and say I was ripping him off because they
yeah,
saw his stuff first. I'm like, God damn it, I've been doing this forever. All
yeah,
right. you know?
yeah,
So at first I was kind of like, I felt like he was sort of my nemesis until we met, you
yeah,
know? And then now we've become super good friends.
yeah. No,
And now we've
he's
eaten
great.
chili spaghetti with him.
Yeah.
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 Do we want to
Which you didn't
quickly?
care for, right? You didn't
No,
like
I,
it.
I liked it. I was good.
You liked it? Okay, I
I,
couldn't
I was
remember if you.
surprised that I did like it. What I didn't like was the fish tacos up in Astoria.
Oh, you didn't
That's
like
right.
those?
No, I know. I was the odd man out on that one, buddy.
Whoa,
I liked
I
the
didn't know
shrimp
that.
much more than the fish.
I ate those fish tacos like 3 times.
I know. Adam ate them every single day we were there together.
Jay, do you want to quickly just we'll say hi to the chat real quick, and then we'll get into this film.
Yeah, I kind of just went through a few of them there. It seems like we got a bunch of people here. People are very, very happy to see Sean. Got some big fans of his, and seems like there's some big fans of this movie. I thought this was more of an obscure movie because none of my friends knew it growing up.
Yeah,
I don't know how I ended up with a VHS of it, but I watched it over and over and over when I was probably nine years old, way too early to watch this movie.
yeah,
So I didn't know that other people liked it, but it seems that it's going to be a popular one tonight.
yeah. I mean, it is like it's so much fun. This movie.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
Sean,
Oh.
do you remember when you
Sean, I'm
first?
sorry. One last thing. Sean, I'm sorry to interrupt, Brandon. I was at a music video the other day with my buddy Phil Morris, played Jackie Childs on Seinfeld, but it was for this band. And then you were the only person I knew in my friends that followed them. Ice Nine Kills?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know them?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
well, I got you a shirt.
represent.
I got you a shirt for when you come visit in person.
Oh. I represent the singer Spencer, and I've been in a couple of their music videos. So
Oh, cool. Well, so this was Phil at Jackie Childs, and then also Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's. They'll be in the next video.
Barry. Yeah.
Oh, so that's what that you were up there for that shoot when you
Yeah.
met Bernie. That's what
Yeah.
that was.
Actually, I was invited to that, but I couldn't make it.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
No.
All right, next time. Sorry, Brandon. Back to the show.
Oh, and I was just gonna ask if Sean, if do you remember when you first came across H.P. Lovecraft's Re-Animator?
Yes. Yeah, I saw it at Edward. What was it called? The Brookhurst Lodge Theater near the corner of Ball Road and Brookhurst Avenue in Anaheim. Um, I saw it with a couple friends of mine. It blew my mind.
Yeah,
And I used to roadie for this 80s metal band called Titan, Tyton. They had a couple records. And after rehearsal, I went to their rehearsal, and afterwards I said, dude, you guys have got to see this movie. And I took the entire band. Well, I didn't take them. I was 15 years old at the time. But I convinced the entire band to go see this movie after practice. And I went to the same theater and saw it again, which very rare in my childhood or teen years did I go to the theater twice to see the same movie. I can name probably on one hand how many movies I did that with, and Re-Animator was one of them. So,
wow. So that would that have been 1985 then, like original
Oh, yeah.
releases? Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I was born in 1970, so it's
Actually,
easy to
we should say
know
you
how
had a
old I was.
you had a
Huh?
birthday yesterday, I believe.
Yeah,
Happy
55
birthday.
yesterday. Yeah.
Happy birthday, dude.
So, in 85, I was 15. In 2025, I'm 55.
Yeah.
It's easy to do the math.
Simple math, yeah.
No.
I don't get it.
Yeah, so I mean, Re-Animator, directed by Stuart Gordon. he made a lot of I mean, following Re-Animator, he made another film with two of the lead actors from Re-Animator called From Beyond,
Hmm.
um, adapted from another HP Lovecraft story. He made a film that I've never seen but I've always wanted to see called Space Truckers
Oh, I
with
just
Dennis
downloaded that.
Hopper.
Same thing. I
Oh,
just
did you?
downloaded that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, through all the through doing
1999.
the research, I was like, man, I completely forgot about this movie, but I got to see Space Truckers.
About
Um,
robot jocks. Remember that
yes,
one?
that's another one that is like that cover art. I've never seen Robot Jocks, but that cover art I always saw at our local video rental store. Um, uh, for me, I think a very cool thing about Stuart Gordon is he's credited as the story written by for Honey I Shrunk the Kids,
Whoa.
the original Rick Moranis Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
Hmm.
Him and the producer of Re-Animator, Brian Usna, are both credited as original story for Honey I Shrunk the Kids, which I didn't know until I was doing research for the show.
Hmm.
Um, but like honestly, I do think that a big part of the success of this movie comes from Stuart Gordon. Uh, he made this like quote unquote trashy gore fest of a movie like uh really fun and energetic and honestly like funny. I think
Hmm.
that's a big reason why I think people latch on to Re-Animator is that it doesn't take itself too seriously and it has some like legitimate comedy in it.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I
Some of the
mean,
greatest lines ever.
oh
I quote constantly, me and my friends.
yeah, the one that I forgot about is the who's going to believe a talking head? Get a job in a sideshow.
Yeah. That's a good one.
So
Yeah.
And of course and a note, what would it say?
Yeah.
Cat dead,
Cat
details
dead.
later. I mean,
Details later is iconic, right? Um,
So you're right, it doesn't take itself too seriously, but they play it so straight. It's almost like Ghostbusters, where they're just
yeah.
committed to these
yeah.
these ridiculous lines
Well,
and these ridiculous plot points.
and I
But
think we'll get into it when we just kind of talk about some of the actors in it, but I really legitimately think everybody does such a good job in this movie
yeah, I agree.
because um it's a lot of this type of movie, like a gory horror, low budget. Like there can be bad actors in it, right? It happens all the time. But there's something about Re-Animator where all of the lead actors are like they're really good, especially Jeffrey Combs, who we'll talk about. Um,
Well, I feel like Jeffrey Combs is very much like Vincent Price in a
Mm.
way where you could put him in the worst film and he still makes the material good. Like he's able to do something with
he
it because he's
elevates
such a
it.
good
Yeah,
actor. Do
He's
you
yeah.
know what I
committed,
mean?
yeah. Yeah.
Well, and one of my favorite things about doing this show is I sometimes I find it hard sometimes to decide what movie to watch every single night. And what I've really enjoyed about doing these episodes is that it's like focusing my choices because obviously I'm watching Re-Animator, but then I'm going like, oh, I want to revisit some other Jeffrey Combs. I want to revisit some other Barbara Crampton. So after watching Re-Animator, I went and revisited the Frighteneers. The Peter Jackson, um, Michael J. Fox Frighteneers, and
Is it
It's
he's
pronounced
Frighteners?
frighteners.
oh sorry,
Frighteners.
Frighteners. My bad.
Like the
Um,
Yeah.
Mouseketeers.
yeah, Frighteners, and because I
He's great in
completely
that.
I forgot that it was Jeffrey Combs, and
Yeah.
he plays a wild character,
Yeah.
a character that is like has like a funny haircut, is like doing a lot of business with being like he's like scared of women yelling. That's one of his fears, but he's really good in it because it all of it like it's funny and he's carrying his character's arc along like so it was it's nice to like focus on some actors or a filmmaker
Sure,
through this process.
I bet.
So
Sorry.
yeah, horror fans fanatic wants to know if that's a proto serpent mask behind you.
It might be the proto mask. It might be the. It might be. Should I give you guys an exclusive? You guys want
Yeah,
to see it?
sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's the
drop an
Freddy glove you
exclusive
told me
on
about
us.
too. Wow, look at this. Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
Sweet.
So this is the prototype Terror Train serpent mask that we will be releasing a limited run of. I think we're going to do 50.
Is that's your mask company?
Silver Champagne Novelties, rest in peace. I swore I'd never get back into it, but I'm kind of being pulled back in a little bit with this project because it's something that I've wanted my whole life as a fan
Yeah.
of this movie, and so I'm not doing really any of the physical work. I got someone casting them and painting them, and it's not like back in the day when I'm in there with the Dremel cleaning up the
Yeah.
poles, and you know uh, I'm basically paying people to do it. uh, but yeah, technically I'm going to release it under the Silver Champagne Novelties banner,
Yeah.
just for nostalgia purposes, and
Yeah.
still that I have some unused mask tags from back in the day. So
I know we're bouncing around, but I left you on the big screen here because I noticed something that we talked about in person. Is that your screen used Freddy's Dead glove back there?
it is,
Very, very
and
cool.
sleeve. Yeah,
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very
yeah.
cool.
I believe, yeah, there's a your Freddy and Jason video. I believe you cover that
Hmm.
in your collection video. You go over that glove and sleeve. If anybody
Yep.
wants a deeper dive into that, you can check out Sean's channel.
Super cool.
Yeah, I mean, so Re-Animator is inspired by the H.P. Lovecraft uh, short story. I guess it's like 6 chapters that were released in a small magazine back in 1922,
Wow.
and it essentially is like a parody, you know, quotes of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. It it's very different than the movie. The short story is titled Herbert West. Here, focus might be too bright.
Uh, there we go. Herbert West
Herbert West
Re-Animator.
Re-Animator.
Wow.
Yeah.
And really, what it shares is the name Herbert West, the serum. It has their
Oh, look
serum.
at
Look
you.
at
And essentially, Herbert West and the narrator character, who's never named, who we can assume is probably Dan Kane, a version of what Dan Kane became in the film, they're experimenting with reanimating corpses. And each sort of chapter is a new experiment. Some work a little bit more than others, and they're trying to find the freshest corpses to try and reanimate. The only other name that was pulled, I reread the short story today, and the only other name that was pulled was the name Hill, who ended up becoming Dr. Hill in the film.
Mm.
But in the book, it's a pilot for an airplane. Like the story ends up taking place during the First World War, and one of the pilots of the planes is named Hill. It was really the only other connection. So it, it's a pretty good story. Like I enjoyed rereading it, but it's very different than what the film became. And obviously the film is modernized as well for 1985, which was something that Stuart Gordon decided to do to make it cheaper. it was cheaper to make a modern retelling of the story than to try to make it a 1920s period piece.
Mhm.
I was kind of taken with how small this movie was. And when I was a kid, I don't know why I remembered it being bigger. There's so few sets. There's so few cast members. It's like all of the money went into the effects budget, and
Totally.
I'm
Yeah,
sure we'll
it's
get into that.
essentially it's a morgue, Dan's house. What else would there be?
But they even
The
shoot pretty tightly, for the majority of it. So you're not even seeing, much of the sets for the most part. I was very taken with it. I don't think they spent much money on either the cast or the locations.
there's barely even any outside stuff. I'm just realizing
Hmm.
now. Most of it is
Yeah,
all
there's
interiors,
Yep.
they're all exterior shots. Like
Es-
like
you see the
establishing.
exterior shot of the
Yep.
house. You see the
Yes,
exterior shot of the which
university.
was Dr. Gruber's the school that was Dr. Gruber's office. The exterior of the exterior of Dr. Hill's house.
Yep.
Which they just
Yeah,
stole. They
yeah,
just went into like a neighborhood and stole that shot.
Yep.
The camera's never moving; they're just
Yep.
static shots.
totally. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
To me, it
Everything's
was part of the
inside. I'm
charm
just realizing. Yeah,
because
yeah,
some of it was so good and so big and so impressive that it was kind of cool that they weren't trying too hard in other places.
yeah. Well, and essentially, it was so Stuart Gordon was a film, or sorry, not a film, a theater director. He had started this theater company in Chicago, and I guess the way he tells it is that he was sick and tired of Dracula movies. He was sick and tired of vampires, and he wanted somebody to do something different, something with Frankenstein. And somebody turned him on to the H.P. Lovecraft Re-Animator story, and he originally wanted to put it up on stage, do a theatrical production of it.
Another Ritz.
Yeah, and then they were going to develop it for TV because it's 6 chapters, 6 short stories. Essentially, they were going to make like 6 half-an-hour episodes, and then it made its way to Brian Usna, the producer of Re-Animator, who eventually went on to direct the sequels. I believe he did both of the sequels. I know he did Bride of Re-Animator, but I think he did Beyond Re-Animator as well.
mhm.
I've never seen
Pretty
Beyond.
sure.
Yeah, I've never seen Beyond Re-Animator. Um,
You know what? I've been meaning to go back and revisit it because a lot of these films that I thought were terrible when I first saw them, now looking at them comparative to what's coming out nowadays,
yeah,
they have more of a charm and I appreciate them more.
yeah,
That's happened to me a lot with like certain movies like Brain Scan. I thought was pretty bad when I first saw it. You watch it now, it's a lot of fun.
yeah.
Even Trick or Treat with the '80s one,
Hmm.
the Sammy
I,
Kerr one. When I
yeah,
saw it back in the day, I was a metalhead at that time. I thought it was a total misrepresentation of my people.
yeah,
And now I look at it through a different lens,
yeah.
and I appreciate how good it is. Um, and I
I,
think that might be the case with Beyond Reanimator. I'm just double checking. Yeah, it was Brian Usna directed that one as well.
I,
Um,
I, I think that there is something to like some separation from things, right? Like maybe it's a bit of nostalgia, maybe it's just time away that you do
hmm,
come in with a different mindset and you can appreciate things years down the road.
For
hmm.
me, it's expectations sometimes too.
Yeah,
The first
so
time
true.
through, you kind of have an idea in your head, and then 10 years later, that's gone.
Yeah,
I also think that like late '80s, early '90s horror, there was so much of it being cranked out around that time because it was hot
Yes.
that
yeah. The video
it
market.
yeah, it was like so movies like you know The Faculty and Disturbing Behavior and
Yeah,
all these movies that were just constantly coming out that when you saw them they weren't living up to the expectations,
Nope.
but you
Nailed it.
go back to them and watch them now and you're like, these are actually pretty good. They're kind
yeah.
of fun and you appreciate them in a whole new way. you know
Well, and sometimes I look at a lot of those movies too. Like you mentioned, The Faculty. The
yeah,
Faculty is it's directed by Robert Rodriguez, right?
yeah.
and I mean that's early Robert Rodriguez. That's right after he's sort of come out of the indie world and is like making his way in Hollywood.
Hmm.
And you know, like at the time, you judge it not knowing like, okay, well maybe he was dealing with like studio people and he's never had to deal with that stuff before, so maybe like the movie just doesn't come out the way he fully envisioned it, right?
Hmm.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it's I haven't watched Re-Animator for quite a while.
It's probably
I
been
would say
20
like
years for me.
okay, mine wasn't
I,
that
I
long. I
wore
was
out
gonna
the
say like
tape,
maybe
but I haven't seen it in forever.
I was gonna say maybe 8 years. I haven't seen it, but like man, as soon as the music started, I was like, oh god, I remember how much I love this movie. Like I'm so in.
Can we talk about the music? Did anyone else notice that
Yeah.
it's kind of like The Shining meets Clue? Not The Shining.
It's
Psycho
Psycho.
meets
Psycho.
Clue.
It's literally a Psycho ripoff,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
completely.
So that was
So
intentional.
so
Okay.
I mean,
the score is done by Richard Brand, who is the brother to Charles Band.
yeah,
Charles Band, people might know from a very popular film series, Puppet Master,
Oh,
is
sure.
yeah.
Charles
He owns
Band.
Full Moon.
Yes,
Oh,
all of the
wow.
Full Moon features are Charles Band. Um, he Charles Band actually distributed Re-Animator because before Full
Hmm.
Moon features, Charles Band had a distribution company called Empire Pictures who ended up putting out Re-Animator.
Hmm.
Um, Charles Band holds a very special place in my heart because growing up, my video store carried all of the Moonbeam films, which are the family friendly films put out by Paramount and Charles Band's company, Magic Island. This is one of my favorites, Beanstalk.
I love that you have them
Um,
all at the ready. This is amazing.
Hell yeah. These are
Hmm.
big, these are important movies to me. Remote. These are the effects in this movie are exactly the same, like all of these movies. They're exactly the same caliber as all of the Full Moon pictures, all of the Puppet Masters, the animatronics, the special effects. They all look the same. This is a popular series, the Prehysteria. Oh, this one's backwards.
Yeah.
The Prehysteria series, all these little animatronic dinosaurs. So all of these movies were like constant rentals and rewatches for me going to the video store growing up in the late 90s. And
So I'm
so
guessing you're probably what, 42?
I'm 33.
Oh shit. I'm just based on what the movies you're watching. I'm
Yeah.
thinking, trying to think of where you were age wise.
No, yeah, I'm 33, born in 1992.
Okay.
Um
And
I
yet he
mean,
chose 1985 to do for this series.
Okay.
So he's very well versed.
um yeah, so I mean, like Charles Band is a legend. He's put out so many films, and so he was one of the people that put out Re-Animator. But his brother is the one who did the score, Richard Band, and it's like it's a great score. It's so bouncy and fun. One of the things I did notice is the, I did rewatch Bride of Re-Animator, and the score is still done by Richard Band, but it is so obvious that the 85 Re-Animator score is a full orchestra recording,
Hmm.
whereas the Bride of Re-Animator is all synthesizers,
Oh,
and it does not sound nearly as good. It's he's at times he's playing the same themes, the dun 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 dun, and it sounds cheap. It sounds hollow because it's all synthesized horns and violins. It's just it's a very I was actually really disappointed that the score was so synthesized in the second one.
Hmm.
the first one's all
What'd you
strings.
think of Bride as a film?
I was not as into it. I didn't like it definitely as much. I thought that there was some like fun imagery. I really like the design of the titular bride at the end when they finally piece everything together and she comes to life.
Mhm.
But yeah, it didn't hold me. It just didn't feel the same. I mean, it is Brian Usna, a different director than this one.
There's a different tone
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Um,
I remember not liking that one as much. I was really excited about it because I loved the first one so much
yeah,
as a kid. And I
and
just remember it finally came out on HBO or something. Well, however,
yeah,
I saw it and I was just like, ah.
I think it's 1990, so it's
It also felt like a bit of a bait and
five
switch because
years.
like we were sort of led to believe that Wes dies at the end of the first one, you know.
True. Yeah.
And then it was, like, and then he's just fine. He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah.
We're still working in the basement, still doing our little tricks and experiments.
Yeah.
How's your
And
cat?
to be honest, that's why I didn't check out Beyond Reanimator, because I was let down with Bride, that I was like, okay, I want to watch something else. I don't want to get too bogged down in the Reanimator world right now.
I'm
I
the
want to be
same way, and I was going to
I want
base
to
it
be
based.
hyped.
I was going to see what Sean said about Return or whatever the new one is.
Ha- uh, um,
Beyond.
Beyond Reanimator.
Beyond, yeah. But we
Yeah,
got
What
that
about
they
you?
answer.
were they were supposed to do one called House of Reanimator, which
Uh-huh.
was going to be Herbert West reanimating the president that dies during office. And it was something that Stewart and him talked about for years, and it sounded like a really funny premise. But it just never happened, and unfortunately Stewart passed.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're ever going to see another Reanimator film now.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. What about your thoughts on Bride of Reanimator? Are you a fan?
It's not as good as the original, but I really like Bride a lot. It's just over the top, the
Mm-hmm.
all the crazy reanimated corpses and nutty screaming Mad George special effects and John
Yeah.
Carl Buechler. I mean, they brought in all these different effects guys just to
Yeah.
go crazy, and like the little finger monster with the
Yeah.
eyeball, and
Yep.
and I
Uh.
thought Kathleen Kinmont was really good as the bride. I love that one line where she pulls her heart out and she says, "This what you want," and she screams it. It's
Yeah.
really power. It's actually a really powerful scene.
Yeah.
The end is great, because that's kind of where all of that stuff culminates, because you get
yeah.
the bride and you get all of those weird sort of creations that West has reanimated and put together, and you get a dog that has a human arm, all that weird stuff.
Yeah,
But
that was originally supposed to be Barbara Cramden. It was supposed to be
yeah,
them bringing her back, which would have made
which
a
makes
lot more
sense. A
sense.
That's what
lot more
I.
sense.
That's another reason I was disappointed. I thought it would be Meg
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was it
because the
was
end is the first one
a
is so stinking good.
Yes.
it was a financial dispute, is why that didn't
Ah,
happen.
Got it.
Yeah,
The old
so
Crispin Glover
that's
situation.
that's fair.
yeah.
Um,
And
but
that's also part of why Stewart didn't go back too. There was disputes there too because Stewart wanted to do the sequel, and yeah, there's a lot of Jeffrey has told me tons of stories about all the crazy stuff that went on behind the scenes. Apparently, since Stewart really wasn't a filmmaker, as you pointed out, he really didn't know what he was doing,
yeah,
and the DP he originally hired was terrible apparently,
yeah,
and Jeff was saying was lighting everything so poorly that you couldn't see anything, and eventually they fired him and replaced him with somebody who basically saved the movie. I
yeah.
can't
Mark
remember who
Mark
Wow.
the
Mark
final.
Alberg.
Okay, yeah, I guess he was the guy who pretty much, according to Jeff, saved the film and
Yes.
made Stewart look good.
Wow.
I believe he was a Dutch cinematographer, ended up working on a whole bunch of the Full Moon Features films, has done so many horror films. But yeah, they fired somebody after, I believe, a week, and then they brought in Mark Alberg to shoot the film. And he tells a funny story about like having to shoot around all the wieners at the end of the movie. He's like, "There's a wiener in my shot. There's too many wieners in my shot." But I mean, the film looks good.
Yeah.
There is a shot. I can't remember exactly where it, but there is this like wide angle shot of the morgue from up above in like the corner of the room,
Hmm.
and I was like, damn, like that's a great shot in amongst this horror movie is just this like awesome establishing shot of the morgue. So yeah, that yeah,
When all
Mark
hell
Wahlberg,
breaks loose at the end, I mean, there's a lot of good production value there.
yeah,
The
Yeah.
fog, the lighting effects. I mean, they go full haunted house on us.
yeah. Speaking of the effects, you brought him up already, Sean, but John Carl Beekler, I believe you pronounce, is it
Yeah. Beekler.
Beekler? He was one of the effects makeup leads on the film. Um, he for me like he did all the effects on the Garbage Pail Kids movie, which may be a dreadful movie, but the thing that in that movie that's supposed to look as good as it does is the Pail Kids, and they look fantastic. um and then the other one is John Nolan, and it, John Nolan, I think, was really interesting because on the Scream Factory, or no, sorry, the Arrow Blu-ray. There's a little documentary, and he talks about how his entire team of effects artists were all of his students from the class that he was teaching.
Mm.
Hmm.
So not only did he like just use their tenacity to want to be working in feature films, but also was giving them work experience, right? I think that that's kind of like a genius way. I don't know if there's like there's legalities or something
It's like a work
involved. I
study
don't know.
program.
Essentially, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it was as official as that, but it's just he was teaching like, yeah, come and work on this film. That's your work experience. And
Hmm.
so all of his students helped with all the effects on the film. He also worked on Team America, which I thought is fun to note. He was part of the special effects team for Team America.
It's
Um,
surprisingly good production value in that film.
oh
Surprisingly
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Incredible work.
Um, let's talk about some of these actors, and then we'll get into some production stuff. Herbert West is played by Jeffrey Combs. We talked about him a little bit. He's unreal in this movie. Like he plays a total creep at first, and then somehow transitions into the hero. Right? Like,
What?
what do you mean?
The hero? I don't know. He's a murderer, isn't he?
Uh, well,
Maybe. I mean,
he's
the lead. I would say transfers into the lead. I don't know how much of a hero he is.
I just think that he at the beginning plays it so like a creep, like a person who you do not want to be friends with.
Yep.
And then at the end of the movie you're like, yeah, this guy's cool. This guy's good.
Wow,
Hmm.
you fell under his spell there. What I was taken with was his brother Theodore level intensity. He's just
Yeah.
so committed to this stuff, and
Well,
you're crazy if you don't believe him.
and he has really dark eyes. That was one of the things I noticed this rewatch is his eyes must be like a really dark brown. So they almost look black, right? Like he has what appear to be these big pupils, and they just like intensely stare at you throughout the film because he's an intense guy, that Herbert West.
Yeah,
Um yeah, I
Yeah,
he's
mean,
putting it
he's
mildly.
pretty. He's a phenomenal actor.
yeah,
Agreed.
he really is. Like we touched on it in the Frighteners.
Frighteners.
Frighteners. God damn it! See, I said it wrong once, and now I'll always say it wrong.
Bitter troll.
Like the Musketeers. Um, yeah. I mean, any other thoughts on Jeffrey Crow? Like he's incredible. Like
Well, I
he's
mean, that film, I think definitely, I mean, that was the movie that launched his career as a leading man in this genre. I mean, he went on to do so many films, and to this day, all the up and coming filmmakers want to hire him, just to have them in his movie,
yeah.
in their movies. I mean, he's definitely a legend. And I mean, and his body of work too. You know, if you go into like how many different Star Trek characters he's played
Yes.
too. You know,
Yeah.
Oh wow.
from
Yeah. I think he's been on
Deep Space Nine
yeah,
to
three different Star Trek series.
yeah, yeah. I mean, because I print his pictures for conventions, so
Yeah.
you know, I see he's got three different Star Trek characters that sell consistently. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, his big one's always going to be Herbert West. That's the one the kids love.
Yeah. I imagine he probably has that photo that's on the poster here.
Oh yeah, that's a
I
big seller.
I
Yeah,
love that because it's a photograph. That
yeah,
poster is just a really well taken photograph.
yeah.
Um,
Of my head, that's in the
yes,
other room.
I was going to ask you about it.
Oh wow, really? Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I own that head.
yeah. So Sean, I mean, we can talk about it now. Sean owns the screen used Dr. Hill head from Re-Animator,
Crazy.
and it's the
Yeah,
head that is on the poster.
yep.
Again, Sean breaks this all down in one of his collection videos if you want to go and watch it. But
We'll link it
like,
in the
yeah,
description.
yeah, for sure. Um, uh, Maybe before we get, do you want to just talk about how you acquired that piece real quick?
You know, the as a collector of props, hands down, the best way to acquire a prop is from collector to collector,
Yeah,
because you're not paying the 28% buyer's
yeah,
premium and sales tax and all this
yeah,
crazy shit that they. I mean, people have no idea. You know, you buy a $75,000 prop. When it's all said and done, you're paying six figures. You know,
there's an additional fee added to it through auction houses, and that's how the
yeah.
auction
I
It's
houses
mean,
make their money.
climbing more and more
yeah,
every year too, by the way.
Yeah,
yeah. Which honestly, 10% is fair, and they've pushed it beyond fair.
yeah,
But unfortunately, you know, until somebody good comes out and opens up an auction house to compete with them and offer lower buyer premiums, they're going to keep doing it. You know,
yeah,
um, but really, you know, they all are kind of in the same game right now. Prop Store, Heritage, Julian's.
yeah.
Um, who am I forgetting? You know,
Those are the big three.
Yeah,
yeah,
profiles
And
is gone, right? That one's not
Pro,
around anymore.
yeah.
profiles
Profiles
in
is
history.
Yeah,
Joe started or went over to Heritage.
that's right.
So
That's right.
yeah,
And
um,
those three companies though, because they have the names, they do get kind of the big ticket items, right?
yeah,
Because they put out the nice books, they get the publicity, they get the word out there, and they get the competitive bidder, right?
yeah, yeah. Um, but to be honest, it's such a I could go on rants
Yeah,
about those companies
I know.
as I
I've
have
seen
in
your
some of my
videos.
videos. But it's crazy to me. Is like your life is in their hands, so to speak. Let's say if
Yeah,
I decided I want to auction off the stapler, this, you know, let's say it was used in a
screen
film,
used,
screen
office.
used. I've watched some of these auctions where they'll an item will come up and they will milk it as long as they can for every penny. But then they'll get to one item and they'll be like, okay, and we got okay, and final bid, and okay, moving on. And you're just
Yep.
like, if I
Yep.
was the seller that was counting on them to do that, I'd be losing my mind.
Yeah,
Like I literally in one of the recent prop store auctions, there was a. I'm not going to say what the piece was. Well, fuck it, I'll say what it is because you know who cares. There was a shining axe
yeah,
that I was like, okay, I'm going to try to get that. And the way I bid, I never bid ahead of time because I think you're only hurting yourself by doing that. I wait till the
you're,
bidding is
yeah,
happening.
Yep.
yeah,
I wait till it slows down and then I jump in.
Yep.
yeah,
That's how I bid. Well, they put this up and they say, okay, you know, this, you know, how much? And I'm like, okay, I'm about to. I go to bid. Literally, like I goes, okay, final bid. Okay, boom, and the thing went for next to nothing.
yeah,
I mean, the guy rushed it for some reason. He just rushed it, and
yeah.
and I didn't wait till the final second. I was jumping in what I thought was kind of early. He just suddenly wanted that to be almost like his friend was bidding.
That's what I was
You
going
know,
to say. This happens a lot in the car community as well, and sometimes it does turn out that, oh, oh, my friend's the high bidder. Cocoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying, I don't want to say that that's what happened because, next thing you know, lawyers will be knocking at the door. But it just seemed suspicious how quickly that one ended, and I
Yeah.
was just like, if that was my piece, I would be losing my. I mean,
Yeah.
but
There was still
what can
people
you
there
do?
playing. Yeah.
What could you? What I mean, that
Yeah.
person has no leverage,
Yeah. I know.
you know. So anyway,
But that is
but
why.
back to I went on a
Yeah.
rant.
Yeah.
So a collector buddy of mine, a guy by the name of Mark Short, you might know him. He's a well-known. He's on a lot of those collectors call TV shows with
Okay.
Blair from Facts of Life. Have you guys
Yeah.
seen that show, Collectors
Yes.
Call?
Yep. Yep.
But he's one of the experts they have on there quite often. He reached out to me knowing I'm a big horror guy. We're friends. And he said, hey, look, I came across basically a lot of Re-Animator items from one of the producers. I guess it was an estate sale. And it was the head. It was an invitation to the premiere, a script, Bruce Abbott's personal script.
Yeah.
I don't know how he ended up with it, but it was definitely Bruce's. By all the highlighted stuff was all for Dean Cain,
Yeah.
not Dean Cain.
Dan Cain.
Cain's the guy.
Dan Cain.
Dan Cain.
Yes.
Yeah, not the ICE agent. My bad.
No.
Anyway, he
Lois and Clark.
so there was all kinds of production. There was actually like a budget breakdown of there was all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And we settled on a price, and I went and bought it directly from him. So
Yeah.
And ended up being the hero head. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there was two heads made, as I talk about in my video.
Yes.
But this was definitely, you can see the differences on them.
Yeah, we just had a very similar situation happen. We just acquired some Wayne's World items for our collection because we just so happened to be with the owner of the music store from Wayne's World, who still had the original acrylic display case that the white Stratocaster guitar is in. And it just so happened that he was closing down the store because we own the screen used Mirthmobile from the first Wayne's World, the actual car. It's at the Peterson Auto Museum right now, actually. And when
I saw it the other
day,
looking good.
when we drove the car down, we decided to stop at some filming locations, pull the car out of the trailer, and get a photo of the car at Wayne's house and a photo of the car at the music store. And so we met the owner of the store. He's owned it for 40 years. He was there the day they were shooting Wayne's World, and he has the acrylic case with the turf stand. Production took the guitar because it was a real Stratocaster, so he has a replica in there. The production put up all these plexiglass things. He still had them hanging from the ceiling, and he had this black guitar that is the guitar that Mike Myers plays the "May I Help You" riff on when he's asking for the attendant's help. I'll play the "May I Help You" riff. So he had all this stuff. Well, he was closing down and selling the building, and he didn't know what he was going to do with it. And it was just perfect timing that we showed up there with the car. He knew that we were, big fans and in preserving the Wayne's World history, and we got to do a person-to-person deal, not through an auction house. So, I totally agree with you that is the best way to get your hands on this kind of stuff. It might not be the only way every single time because, not everybody knows you, but becoming the person that is the collector, these things, they find you. And that
which
there's
is
something
a good
special
thing and a bad thing.
Yes.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Totally.
Because I am probably offered some sort of prop once a week.
Yeah.
Just the most random stuff too. Like people just, it's one of those things. I guess it's when people assume you have money, they start hitting you up and like, hey, I'm selling this. Would you be interested? And 9 times out of 10, it's like, nah, I appreciate it. I'm good. But every once in a while, you get something like this, Dr. Hill's head. I'm like,
yes. You're like, of course.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean that's it's awesome, and like honestly, we'll put the video in the description after this episode goes up, and like people check out Sean's Re-Animator Dr. Hillhead video. Um, Speaking of Dr. Hill, let's talk about David Gale.
Yes.
He's the actor who plays Dr. Hill, and he's also fantastic in this movie. He doesn't really have quite an extensive career. I know for me, this is really the only movie that I know him from. Um, Jay, I did write down he is in a Dukes of Hazzard episode.
So that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Season
I'm watching
season
Dukes of
six
Hazzard right
episode
now, and he was very familiar to me, and I couldn't figure out why. I was going to look him up, and I forgot.
season 6 episode 12. I wrote it down for
Oh,
you.
that's towards the end. Okay.
Um,
I
I
did
mean,
have the pleasure of meeting him
SE12.
once.
yeah.
Yeah, I met him at a Fangoria Weekend of Horrors when he was promoting Bride of Re-Animator. So he did a free signing. I met him. I didn't get a photo with him. I have a picture of him signing he was on the cover of Gore Zone
yes.
magazine.
Yeah.
He
Gore
signed
Zone.
my Gore Zone, and I have an 8x10 that I had him sign. So I had 2 autographs. He unfortunately passed away from cancer shortly after that.
Wow.
So
Yeah, he's got a very like Max von Sydow like
The
look
long
to him,
face.
very long
Yeah.
face,
Yeah.
very big mouth. And he's
kind of
like
reminds me of Fritz Weaver a little bit too.
sure, yeah.
You know who he is from Creep Show, and
Very, very
yes,
much so.
Okay, yes, I know who you're talking about.
yeah,
Bruce Abbott plays Dan Kane. Again, not a huge extensive acting career. Post Re-Animator, I wrote down 3 episodes of Murder She Wrote.
He,
well, he had that series. What was it called? I have the picture we print for as I rep him too. What the hell is that show called? He was a lead on a series in the late '80s, and then also Bad Dreams was another movie that was pretty well known for him.
as a character,
But
he felt like a mix between Keanu Reeves and Freddie Prinze Jr. to me.
And also, I mean, he was also his first film, Tag: The Assassination Game,
Yeah.
which was directed by Nick Castle, coming out from Synapse Films on Blu-ray soon, with an audio commentary moderated by me with Nick
yes.
Castle and Robert Carradine.
And real quick, for people who don't know, Nick Castle is the original Shape from 1978's
Myers.
Halloween. He is Michael Myers, the original Michael Myers.
I'm very disappointed in myself that I couldn't remember the name of this show. Dark
Yeah.
Justice.
Dark
Oh, wow,
Justice.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good night, bitter troll. Sleep well. Off to bed.
And I like all of these people, including like Barbara Crampton, who plays Meg. I mean, she's like Chopping Mall. I always know her from Chopping Mall, Re-Animator. And then I just revisited this movie last night because I forgot that she was in it. You're Next,
yeah.
the Adam
Oh, wow.
Wingard movie. She plays the mom in You're Next. I watched it last night. I enjoyed it. I haven't seen it since it came out, 2011, I think it was, or 2013.
She's had a real sort of resurgence in her career recently.
Oh, good.
Yeah. She works a lot.
Good.
And like I was talking
She was
about
great
at the
as
beginning
Meg.
of, I know that's what I'm saying. Like at the
Yeah,
beginning of the
she
show, I
was
was
great.
talking about like everybody is really good in this movie. Like really good at delivering dialogue and playing their characters. Like the thing that an actor is supposed to be good at,
Yeah.
they're all fantastic because all of this stuff is ridiculous. The reanimation of corpses, all of these horror movie tropes, like they're all ridiculous. But
So let's talk about the reanimated corpses here. Do you know anything about the very first reanimated corpse in that film?
Yes, Melvin is played by
Yeah,
Peter
Kent.
and
Yes.
he's a local boy. He's from Vancouver, British Columbia,
Yes.
which is my neck of the woods. and he is
And famous for being,
the body double of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I
yes,
wrote down the years from 1984 to 1996.
yeah.
So he is the actor who plays the first reanimated corpse, that big, huge guy that breaks down the door and ends up
Oh,
killing Dean Halsey.
so it's the
That
second
is
corpse, really. Because the first corpse is in the flashback at the first school of medicine.
oh, okay,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I got.
yes, technically,
Yeah, I
but
Okay,
guess so.
but I got it.
yes,
From the morgue, the
from the
first one they
four,
Yeah.
yes,
reanimate in
the
the morgue.
first
Got
one,
it, got it,
the
got
one
it.
that the guy that they choose, yeah, that's
The one
Peter
they got to
Kent.
put the saw through.
Yep.
Yes,
Got it.
yes. So he's a big guy.
Now I get it.
Um,
Now it makes sense.
yeah, and so he was Arnold Schwarzenegger's stunt double for Terminator 1 and 2, Commando, which we'll talk about on this show, Predator, Twins,
Predator.
Total Recall, Kindergarten Cop, True Lies, and Jingle All the Way.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
so it's
So
Arnold's guy.
He's
yes,
Arnold. Yeah, they look a lot
up until
alike.
Got it.
96.
Got it. Got
Like
it.
the famous motorcycle jump in
Yeah.
T2 in
Yeah, into the LA
that's,
River.
That's him.
Got it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was wearing a prosthetic to to make him look a little more like him, but yeah, they had very similar features for sure. And
Wow.
Peter's a friend of mine. I've booked him in the shows over the years. So
We should
He-
probably start with Sean knows everybody. We went
Yeah,
to
I
Bob's
know.
Big Boy,
Sean-
ran into Michael Rooker, and he just starts talking to him because they're buddies.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that was
I mean,
random.
That
I've
was.
seen before I sort of briefly knew Sean. I'd seen him at many conventions, because you rep a lot of talent at these conventions, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I do.
I've always seen you from afar. Like, oh yeah, that's Sean Clark.
It's funny when the talent rep is more famous than the talent sometimes,
Yeah,
or more
I
recognizable.
mean, I ultimately I'm not, but there are funny moments when that happens. I remember. I'll give you one example because I always like to tell the story because I think it's funny. I was with Sarah Wayne Callies, who played Lori Grimes on The Walking Dead, the wife of Rick Grimes. We were. You never saw Walking Dead?
No.
Okay. Well, she was the second lead on the show in the beginning, but she was on Prison Break, famous for that as well. She
I
played
do
the
like
nurse.
that one.
Uh,
The guy with the map on
Um,
the tattooed map on him.
yeah.
And wait, it was after a convention. We were in Philly and we were going to dinner one night and we were walking out of the hotel and a fan ran up and said, "Oh my God, could I get a photo?" And she goes, "Yeah, no problem." And he hands her the camera
Yeah.
and she's like, she was so put off.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, you want a photo with him?" Like,
Yeah.
she said it like that. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, what can you do? That happens.
It's
you know?
cool.
She had no idea he had no idea who she was.
That's so funny.
I thought that was funny. So,
Back to Peter Kent real quick. I was just gonna say, like, that one of my favorite things. I love finding out stuff like that, where like a guy who's just a great part in Re-Animator ends up having this like super secret cool career where he's on the set of like these huge movies doing the stunts that like we love, right? Like imagine what it is like to be on a Schwarzenegger set doubling for Schwarzenegger for over 10 years, right?
he's the
It's
guy
just-
doing all the stuff we're idolizing Arnold for.
Right.
Exactly.
Totally.
Exactly. And that's why it's going to be so great, even though there's 100 years of stunts, but the Academy Awards are finally acknowledging, and 2026 or 2027, they're going to be doing a stunt award for the Academy Awards.
Long
Now-
overdue.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to, like, there's all the Peter Kent, I mean Jackie Chan, even like early Tom Cruise, like all this stuff. Like, how are they going to contend with the history of stunts in general? But it is nice that we're finally at a point where people are going to be celebrated and be the face of these incredible stunts that they do.
And like now that we've gotten to a time where the stuntman is almost going to become obsolete because they can do it all through AI, and
Yeah,
I mean, it's like now they're gonna recognize them.
But I mean, the
true.
They've
stuntman's
Yeah,
been
obsolete.
killing
The actor's
themselves for
obsolete. The
years.
whole thing's obsolete.
yeah. The
Yeah,
writer, the director.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
The business
just
imploded all around us.
yeah, just CGI the whole thing. Put it through Chat GPT and CGI the whole thing. Boom, put it out.
They're
Make $1 billion.
trying. They're trying to do it.
They're trying to do it sneakily.
That whole
Um,
thing recently with the AI actress. I'm sure you heard all
yes,
about
Yep.
that.
yeah, yeah. All
Give
that
me a
stuff is.
break, man.
Um, the only other person I sort of wrote down that I think is worth like really celebrating is Robert
Is
Sampson, who
is that
plays,
Meg's dad?
yes,
Dean
Dean
Halsey.
Halsey.
He did a hell of
And
a job in this movie.
I totally agree. And the
What
reason I
a great
wanted
arc he has too.
that's exactly why I wanted to bring him up, because there is something special about having to play straightforward as the dean of this medical college, and then
Dean and a
also
father.
dean and a father, and then also playing this undead reanimated corpse, dealing with
That's
these
it.
like emotions and thoughts through seeing his daughter right after he's
Hmm.
dead and reanimated.
When she first comes in and he goes and hides in the corner, that was like an emotional moment. That was like
Yeah.
that was a weird thing because we'd seen all these corpses come alive and they're all, ah, everybody's so aggro. And there was like, he's already dead, but somehow it's one of the most human moments in the movie for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he ends up being sort of the brute force hero at the end of the film, because he has his own emotional change when
Hmm.
he recognizes Meg and
Yes.
then wants to protect Meg, and
Yeah.
ends up just obliterating Dr. Hill's head.
He
And he
also has,
flings his head.
Yes.
yeah, he does.
What,
Oh, that's
one of the
that's the best. That security guy, he's one of my favorite characters in the thing
oh my
too.
god, yeah.
Meg's
One
dad
of the
also
things
has
that
one of the best death scenes in the film for me, when he just gets ripped
sorry.
apart.
Yes, yeah, in silhouette, so cool.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
The lighting, the fog, it's fantastic.
One of the things I wrote down is there is so much meat and blood on the walls in this movie. Every time somebody gets thrown against the wall, there's either a little spot of blood,
Yep.
or in the case of like the head, it is like hamburger meat, which
Yep.
I believe it actually was. I
That's
think
what it was. Yeah.
it literally was hamburger meat, just
But the Foley's
splattered on
good,
that
the
wall.
splatter's good. It's awesome. It's a perfect gore fest.
It really is like the 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 effects alone of Dr. Hill's severed head in the tray. You know, obviously, he's underneath the desk with his head
Yeah.
through a cut hole, and then they made a neck appliance, which was the gasket. It's what sealed the hole so they could put all the blood in the tray, and that gasket is what had all like the tendons and all the googly bits,
Yeah.
hanging off. Like
Even
had to
even
be
when he was,
so
even when the
uncomfortable
body was
sitting
holding
like
the head,
that.
it's so well done. Very
yeah,
well done.
I actually I should have pulled up a photo, but there's some really great behind the scenes photo where you see him like all tucked in. They've built out of plywood and 2x4s like a seat for him with this like pillows and foam like jammed in. I mean, it's like it's filmmaking.
They're like, you're going to
stuff,
be
right?
here all day.
Yeah, like trying to make it as comfortable as possible. And from what I've heard, he was a trooper. He never complained about any of it.
He seems like such a serious actor to then go through all that. So that's kind of cool to hear that he was a trooper.
Yeah.
I
Sometimes
heard
you
he
hear
hated his
bad
toupee.
stories. Yeah.
What,
He
what
hated
was
the
that?
wig. He hated the
Oh.
wig.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
that's
But
fair.
I don't think
they
I knew it was a
wanted
wig.
to. Well, I mean, you can tell it was an obvious wig. Like, I mean, but it looked like a purpose, like an older man with a bad rug, you know.
Yeah.
But they did that to match the fake head. They needed it to,
Oh,
so they just
wow.
got the exact same wig, you know.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's
That
funny.
makes a
Like,
lot of sense.
that's a little inside trick. If you have a severed head, get your character to wear the same wig that your severed head is, so that it
Yep.
matches
Yep.
the bad
Perfect.
wig throughout
Yeah.
the whole film. There you go.
So we're making
There's-
two heads, but we need three wigs.
Yes.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, we've already been talking for so long. I mean, we can get through the this plot real quick. The film opens up in Switzerland, with
Like
the
Zurich or
police.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we find a man in total discomfort. His eyes are literally bulging out of his head to the point where they explode.
Gruesome.
Dr.
Yeah.
Gruber.
Yes, Hans Gruber actually is his name,
Yeah.
Dr.
Wow.
Hans Gruber.
Which,
Um,
yeah, which I don't know if there's a direct connection to Die Hard. I don't know,
yeah.
if that was a nod. So,
Well, Die Hard. What year is Die Hard?
was Die Hard
90.
80,
87?
80.
Oh, was it?
I'm
Yeah,
guessing. I'm
yeah. Maybe it's a reference. Maybe what's his name? McTiernan is a Re-Animator fan. One of
88. Die Hard 1.
the
88.
uh, the
88, yeah.
Yeah.
the interesting
Well,
thing about that whole sequence is that it was an afterthought. It was a reshoot. That the opening sequence of the film was Brian Usna's idea in order to get the audience on board with the shit you were gonna see
Yeah, we need it.
later in
We
the
need it.
movie.
I think it's necessary.
yeah.
It really sets the tone. I mean, you've got hardcore gore like 20 seconds into this movie.
Yes, yeah, and then obviously we meet Herbert West,
But you
and
see what Herbert West is all about. You see that they all think he's nuts, and he's like, I'm
yes,
not, I'm brilliant. Just wait and
I
see.
gave him life.
Well,
Very
another
Frankenstein.
connection there, I don't, a lot of people may not make that the actor who played Hans Gruber, Al Berry,
Yeah.
was also Mr. Grimbridge in Halloween 3. He's the one at the beginning of Halloween 3 running and holding the mask, and
Oh,
he gets killed
yes.
in the hospital. They break
I've
his,
yes, I've never made that
Whoa.
connection.
same actor. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't get to show it off, but I did pull it because you're on these Blu-rays as well.
Many of them.
This is the
That
Scream
was
Factory
a lot of, you're
Halloween.
holding a lot of my work right
Yes.
there.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite box sets ever. This one and the Friday box set that they put out. These are incredible. They are
I
so
could do a whole episode on talking about the making of that box set.
yeah.
There was so much. That was the busiest year of my life.
Yeah.
And you just accidentally committed to doing this podcast again.
Yeah,
Yep.
Halloween 3, one of my personal favorites.
Same.
Absolutely love Halloween 3. I don't
think
care
this
what
is
Saw it
the
anybody.
at
month
the
I'm gonna
exact
work my way
same
through
theater
those.
I saw Re-Animator at. Same
Yeah.
theater.
I mean, I am aware of the criticism at the time of. I mean, did you think that it was going to be a Michael Myers movie?
Yeah. No, I've told the story where I went to that same theater, the Brookhurst Lodge Twin. Went there with my aunt Robin, who took me to see Halloween 2 as well. Um, and we thought we were going to see a sequel to Halloween 2. And about a good half hour into the movie, I was like, I was starting to wonder if we went to the wrong movie because
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I was so perturbed by the lack of Michael Myers that I completely didn't let myself enjoy the film.
Yep,
You know what I
shut
mean?
off. Yep.
And it wasn't until revisiting it a few years after that. I was
Which is
one of the
what
guys.
we were talking about.
I've been a fan of this movie for years and years and years, and I was kind of one of the people that championed this film. And even Tommy Lee Wallace, when he is interviewed and in his book, says that I was the guy that really kind of made him realize that there was a fan base and kind of gave it, I don't know, its praise. That, I'm not saying I'm the one responsible for how popular it is today, but
Yeah.
I helped make people aware of it again, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I had the ability to go into it knowing that it wasn't a Michael Myers movie, and that the intention for Halloween 3 was an anthology series releasing a Halloween movie every single year, following different stories, different Halloween type stories,
Yeah.
and so I understand why people were confused and perturbed. Upon the initial release, but yeah, that movie rules.
I
It's
just
got-
really wonder had that movie just come out, called Season of the Witch,
Yeah,
if it would have been popular, you know?
I think so. I
Yeah,
think
I don't know.
I think the fact, and people would have been even more excited that there was a on TV Michael Myers cameo in it, right?
Yeah,
Because it would have been like, oh yeah, like it's because John Carpenter does the score for that one, even though he didn't
no,
direct it, right? So like
correct.
it has all of these connections to that world. But yeah, I'm sure you're right that the fact that it is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, every
Yeah.
single person going to that theater thought they were going to see Michael Myers again.
or something from
And
the.
then it's funny when Last Starfighter came out. You got Last Starfighter directed by
By
Michael
Nick
Myers from
Castle.
Part
Yep.
1,
Yeah.
starring Lance Guest from Halloween 2,
Yeah.
and Dan O'Herlihy from Halloween 3, all in the same movie, you
Wow.
know?
Yeah.
This is an interesting question. If they remade Re-Animator today, who do you think would be a good Herbert West? That's tough because he killed it. He
Um,
did it so well.
Yeah.
somebody just kind of popped into my head. Now, I don't know if he would be a today, but maybe a few years back, maybe like Nicholas Holt or somebody
Ooh,
would have
that's
been a good
interesting.
Herbert West.
I
You
was
know who
just
he is?
talking. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just talking about how much I actually enjoy him as an actor. I was sort of lukewarm to Nicholas Holt early in his career. Warm Bodies, I wasn't a big fan of.
Yeah, we worked
Um,
on that because of Rob Corddry. I thought that he was actually pretty good in that, even though it's kind
I
of a weird
think
movie.
I think he's a good actor. I just was like, I didn't really enjoy the film. But since Nosferatu and The Favorite, you know, some of those performances, or even Lex Luthor in the recent Superman movie, like I'm like I'm coming around. Like I'm really enjoying Nicholas Holt as an actor now. So
No.
that's a cool pick. I like that.
I don't know. Just the first thing that popped in my head. I'm sure I could probably pick somebody better. It's
Who
weird
has
though
that
because
intensity though?
yeah, but Combs has there's a campiness,
Mm-hmm.
but not to the point of being not a good actor. That
Totally.
Agreed.
there's a quality there that's hard to replicate. That's why I said Vincent Price.
Right.
Vincent
Yeah.
Price had a campiness, but yet was always a good actor.
Yeah.
Do you guys know who
So
Brother Theodore is?
no,
No.
He was. Do you saw the Burbs? Joe Dante's The Burbs.
Yeah.
yeah,
Klopek, is that Slavic? No, he's that guy.
Okay.
Do you know him? He was a comedian. He was a like a
what was
really
his name?
brilliant guy. Brother Theodore.
No,
He used to be on Letterman all the time in the 80s.
I'll look him up.
Jeffrey's performance reminded me so much of Brother Theodore because of he was so committed to the intensity, and I can't really think of many people that act that way these days,
Yeah.
or that can deliver that kind of performance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
Uh,
the thing about Jeffrey is, I'm telling you, he plays it straight. He believes everything he's saying.
I
And we
know.
should
And
too.
I keep saying it, but it's like it's weird how surprising it is to me, but upon this rewatch, I was like, man, like they are really selling it.
oh
And
wait,
they're really playing everything straight. And they're
Theodore Gottlieb.
Brother Theodore was his acting name. I think that was
This
what he
guy,
was always known as.
that the guy right here.
Yeah, that's him.
Look,
Yep.
okay.
Okie doke. I'm not saying he looks anything like him.
No, I'm trying to remember his performance. So I haven't watched The Burbs in quite some time. So
yeah,
I wish it was 85. That's one of my favorite movies.
89, I believe, is the birth,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But it's,
Hey,
right up on the
maybe
street here, Universal Backlot.
we might eventually get to 1989. That's a good year for films too, right?
Yeah, we
Joe
could do
Dante.
Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, yeah, and Batman.
Oh, yeah. That would
yeah.
be good for me. If anybody wants to buy a Batmobile, I'm your guy.
Yeah, yeah. There you go, Sean. You want a $3 million Batmobile?
no, I'm good. There was one movie car I wanted to buy and I regret not buying. God, it kills me.
What's that?
Now this was before the movie got really famous, but I've always been a big Dazed and Confused fan.
Yeah.
But not long after the movie came out, the judge that is in the film, that was
wow.
Pickford's car,
Yeah.
was on eBay for sale, and it didn't go for that much. But it wasn't a real judge; it was a fake judge.
Yep.
But I would have loved to own that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I don't know who ended up with it. Figured you car guys may know.
No,
Never seen it out there?
No, I never have.
Oh.
Know
anybody who has any Dazed and Confused cars?
I was going to say, we'll find it now, though.
Anywhere?
Yeah, now we're putting it out into the universe.
We're on the hunt.
Yeah.
No, you don't know anybody has any Dazed cars? All those great cars in that movie?
No, wow. I don't know anybody who has any screen-used Dazed and Confused cars.
I'll go one further. I don't know that I've ever actually seen that.
You've never seen Dazed and Confused?
I don't think. Is it the one? I get him confused. Is that I Want My $2?
No, that's Better Off Dead.
See, I get them all confused. No, I don't think I have seen it.
Which Better Off Dead? We're going to be covering. That's this year,
right?
Yeah.
This is a funny one from Dave Knight up in Astoria. Because speaking of Lance Guest, is it just me or does Brandon sound like him? I actually kind of hear it a little bit, but it's more like Jaws 4 Lance Guest.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay, here's
I'm just gonna welder.
Real quick though, I'm gonna. Are you guys big? You guys are big Jaws guys, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
All right, this is a question that pops up in horror trivia all the time. They redo it constantly, because I think they think it's funny. What was the name of the festival in Jaws 4?
That she was making the art for, where the kid gets eaten on the banana boat.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. There's a real name for it, and then Michael Caine calls it something. It wasn't Carnival, right? But it was that type of thing, right?
Yeah, something like that. But
go ahead. I don't remember.
It was like Junkanoo.
Junkanoo. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I would not have known that from the movie, but they have said it so many times in my horror trivia that it's stuck into my head.
Yeah, now it's a fact you know. You're quizzing other people on it. You sicko.
Yeah. I'm just curious, if anybody really knows that damn question.
Do we have any Jaws 2 fans? My friend directed that one.
I love Jaws 2.
I do too. I do too. I think there's a lot of good stuff in it. Shout out to Jeannot's work.
I went to a revival screening a few years back, and watching it in the theater, you realize how it is a little slow. Like it could use a little edit, like speed up the pace a little bit, but I do love that film.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. I just like that it's like a true sequel.
Yeah.
And I mean, electrocuted shark. It's cool.
Yeah, that idea was kind of cool to me. I grew up on Long Island Sound, so those cables really did run back and forth. So that was kind of cool. And then there was just a lot of little hidden Easter eggs. The barrels that they floated back in were like, flower planters at Brody's house, things like that. I always thought that was cool.
Yes, I remember that, yeah. Really quick, one of the things I definitely want to talk about is one of my favorite Easter egg, you could call it, foreshadow moments right at the beginning of the film when Dan Kane is putting up the Post-it note, and then we meet Meg, and they're kissing. No. Then into yes. Yeah. On the wall behind Dan's bed is a giant "Stop Making Sense" Talking Heads poster.
Yeah.
I pulled the frame because I think it is one of the funniest, coolest foreshadowing for what we're about to experience. I mean,
you know what?
Literally, I gotta tell Talking Heads.
I never ever made that connection.
Really?
Yeah,
I think it's
especially
genius.
The line, the who's gonna believe a talking head?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I'm a Talking Heads. Is like my favorite band of all time. So Stop Making Sense, I've seen countless times in the theater. Like, I love this. So I'm already in, like, the fact that he's a Talking Heads fan, but it's so on the nose.
Yep.
It's so great. And I
never made the connection. That's right, crazy.
There. Yeah.
I learned something today.
Yes. I taught Sean Clark something. Yes. Success.
I have to agree.
Now I'm
There's
gonna
no
have to
way
talk
that's
to
a
Jeffrey
coincidence.
about that next time I talk to him.
That's good set dressing.
I definitely think it is a set dressing joke for sure.
100%. I'm 100%. Sure Jeff's gonna say to me, how did you not know that?
Yeah. And so I picked that screenshot because it shows the whole poster. But
Yeah.
the other shot, I believe when they're in bed, or when Dan is doing like the
Dr. Dan.
yes,
Yeah.
it's tighter. I didn't send it to you, Jay. There's no
Oh,
other.
okay.
There's no.
I
Yeah.
have everything loaded up though, so just
Yes.
call me.
Yeah. I only sent you the one, but the other one, it's the word "talking heads" on the bottom of that poster is right in frame. Like it is right above Meg's head. So there's no way that it's not an in joke for what you're about to experience.
Well, and it's the sex scene. I mean, yeah, everything about
Yeah.
it. You're right. You're right.
And it honestly, it's a good cut. It's a funny moment because they're kissing and she's saying no, 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 and then yes, 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 like cut into the sex scene. Like that's the stuff that sets this film apart from other sort of 80s gore fests, right? There's some like really, really good direction and decision making involved in this film. I mean, we'll quickly just get through this plot. Dr. West kind of he questions Dr. Hill in his classroom about the 6 to 12 minutes of the brain. Clearly, he has some experience because I guess we have seen the serum in the very first scene.
Is yours really glowing?
Yes, it is.
How did you do that?
The same way they did it in the film.
Is it
glow
just-
stick?
Yeah,
Is that what it is? Glow stick stuff?
It's just glow sticks.
Oh,
Outstanding.
That's exactly what they did in the film. So
I'm so impressed.
Inside baseball, this is 20 glow sticks worth. If anybody wants to recreate.
Luckily, it's the time of year where you can find glow sticks easily.
Yes, exactly. I could not find the same size bottle. So
You
I
did
had
just fine, buddy.
I had to go with the bigger one.
I like when he's like, the unbreakable plastic, the best
Yes,
human invention ever.
Yes. So great. And what I love about that is like that is like covering up like questions from the audience, like how does the bottle not break? You know, because they're always thrashing everything around.
Yeah.
You know, like yes, unbreakable plastic.
Little
and then
convenient
instantly the audience
exposition
is like,
there.
yep, okay, I understand. Dr. West moves in to the house with Dan.
He insists.
666 Darkmoor.
Yeah.
Is that what the address is? I've never noticed
666 Darkmoor. You see it on
Oh.
when he holds on the
on the
thing
yellow
he puts
card.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It
I've
has the
never
home
noticed
address.
that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Dr. West falls in love with the basement. He knows exactly this is where all of his
Oh yes.
all of his experiments. This is perfect. And then we sort of lead into I think one of the most iconic, besides obviously the severed head, which is on the poster and what everybody remembers, but
The
all of
missing
the
cat.
stuff with Rufus the cat.
Missing
Right?
cat. Oof.
Because
That's a brutal scene.
Rufus is missing. Dan goes to bed and is awoken by these animalistic screams coming from the basement. And we find Dr. West is down in the basement. Well, actually, I guess
Even before that, when
Sorry,
when
I
she's
missed
looking
that.
for the cat,
Yes.
where's Rufus?
I forgot about that because that's before the screams. They're
Yeah.
looking for the cat, and then Meg goes into Dr. West's room and finds the cat in the refrigerator, and that's where we get the first sort of.
I was going to
view
tell you.
of the serum. Yeah,
Of course, I was going to
That's
tell
one of
you.
my
What do you-
favorite lines.
it is. It's the best line.
When he goes, what happened? He goes, knocked over the trash. Must have got his head stuck in a jar. I mean, the way he's. I mean,
Yes,
He comes up with
And-
it so
and
fast.
what
Did
that
he
he's
kill the
all-
cat?
he's
He
all-
killed the cat, didn't
I know. I was going to ask you,
yeah.
Sean.
Well,
what do
we
you think?
assume
What
he
do you
did,
think?
yeah.
Of course, he killed the cat. Yeah.
Okay.
He's up, do we agree he's dead now? And he picks it up.
Oh
and drops
God!
it.
Yes, I know.
And they put don't expect it to tango.
Yeah.
It's got a broken back.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
that is
and
brutal.
we
Brutal.
have
one of my
already-
favorite line deliveries from Jeffrey Combs is when he first meets Meg, and he's all, "I startled you," and she goes, "Yes," and he goes, "Hmm," like that, and he just smiles. He goes, "Hmm," like that. Not like
I
I'm
know.
sorry. It's just like
Yeah.
getting joy out of it. You
Yeah.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's when it's like he's a creep at the beginning of this movie.
Yeah.
He's a little sicko. He's a little creep.
At what
They're
He's
point
trying to
is he
get rid
not
of
a
him. He's
creep?
got
A
his deposit
sicko.
ready already. You know?
I think at the beginning of the film he is creepy. He's kind of inserting himself into their home. He's doing stuff like that with Meg. He's killing their cat. But at
None of
halfway
that gets
through,
undone.
but Dan starts to like be invested in his actual
Yes, Dan goes
scientific
nuts
experiments.
Yeah.
too. I
I
don't
know,
think
Well,
but
Herbert.
he does realize that West is a bit of a
yes,
genius, but
Yes,
he's also
yes,
a bit of a lunatic. You know,
yes.
but I think the
and
creep
just the
factor
way he's
goes way down,
taunting Dr. Hill, in the class, with the pencil and
breaking the
everything.
pencils.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Get yourself a
Mr.
pen.
West, I suggest you get a pen. I mean, some great
Yeah.
lines.
Yeah. So eventually, we find West down in the basement, looking for this cat. Great shots with that swinging light in the basement. Like,
Yeah.
I feel the tension, even though I know exactly what's happening. There's just something about that, like light and dark happening so fast. While all this
And
animal
Jeff
noises,
selling it by
Yes.
looking around like he's, you know,
and there's nothing there. They are
Yeah.
just acting to nothing, banging
Exactly.
around, pretending this cat is running around, till eventually the cat jumps out, and that's when it lands on West's back, right?
on his shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I was watching it,
The
I was
tearing
like, oh my
sound
God.
when he pulls it off. Oh,
I was like, that is a cosplay I want to do at a convention. I want to do the glasses with the white shirt, the black tie, and then just have a black cat attached to my back and walk around with some serum, right? Boom, Herbert West. And then he gives a dose to the now mangled corpse of Rufus. And
that's we agree he's dead now scene.
Yes.
No.
And Dan sees the true genius of Herbert West in bringing back life after death, right?
And then Meg comes in. She's like, "What the fuck?"
Yes, yeah, and it must be Dan's cat because it's Dan's house, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would be a lot more upset if somebody did that to my cat, but I am a cat. I'm a cat owner, so
I'm a cat person too, but it was explained so naturally. The garbage, the jar. I was gonna leave a note.
And you
Oh,
never
well, I
really
guess
got
it's
to see
okay.
the cat. You never really got to see the cat being nice. You just only got to see it being evil. So you don't really feel a whole lot of empathy towards the cat.
At least they made it a black cat. Kind of a
Yeah.
scary Halloween-y kind of
Yeah.
cat, not a cute Maine Coon.
But after that experiment, Dan tries to go to the dean and tell him about these advancements and these things that Herbert West is doing, and the dean is kind of threatening to take away Dan's scholarship at this medical hospital.
There's, I don't know how familiar you are with the TV version,
Yeah.
but there's a whole, they cut out all that stuff about Dr. Hill obsessing over her
Yes.
and trying to turn Dean Halsey against Dan.
Yeah.
Oh.
So when you watch it without that, you go, why is Dean Halsey so like
Angry. Yes.
But it's because he'd been set up to be already.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
so most versions that people watch is known as the unrated cut. I have the runtimes here. It is 86 minutes long.
That's what I watched today.
Yes. There is an R-rated version that was put out after the fact, and it is 93 minutes long, and they put back in this subplot where Dr. Hill can actually hypnotize people.
Yeah.
So he at that dinner when Dan comes and picks up Meg, and Dr. Hill is there.
Yeah.
They're having
Why
dinner.
don't you
they're
stay here and
toasting.
work? I'll have her back
Exactly.
shortly. Yeah.
As soon as Dan and Meg leave, Dr. Hill actually hypnotizes Dean Halsey to take away Dan's scholarship, and it's all like dreamy. It's like a
Oh
tight
Yeah.
wow.
close up on his face, and it's this it's they do it so that later in the film, when Dr. Hill is controlling the corpses in the
Yeah.
morgue,
Oh, that
that's
explains it.
Yeah.
that's them
I
explaining.
always want. That's
Yes,
a hole for me. I always wondered about that. I thought it was
in
somehow
even
because of
in
the
the
detached head.
in the unrated version, they do it. They reference his new lobotomy technique with the laser.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's in the unrated version. That's how they explain he's able to control them, is through his lobotomizing them, I
How long did
guess.
you say this cut is? That one you're talking about now?
The one that you watched or the
No, no, no,
R-rated
no.
one?
The one you're talking that I didn't see because there was another one. I bought it on Apple TV, and there was
Okay.
another one that was I think an hour and 44 minutes that I didn't watch, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, there's 15 more minutes there at least,
So
or
there's
20 minutes.
three cuts of the movie now. There's
Yeah.
unrated, which is kind of what the intended version is.
Okay.
There's the R-rated cut that was submitted later. That's the one that's 93 minutes, adding in the hypnosis subplot. And then there's a newer cut that's come out called the integral cut,
That's what it
which
was
is
called, the integral cut.
yes. So that includes everything from the unrated cut and the R-rated cut.
I can't believe I
So
might watch this movie again. I think I might want to check that out. That sounds cool.
yeah, yeah.
Sean, do you have a
And-
preference?
The regular version.
yeah.
Oh,
all right, then
I
I'm good.
think it's
Fantastic.
better. It's
Right
better
answer.
without all. It's better without all the
I
hypnosis.
totally
stuff.
totally agree.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the shark not working in Jaws. It kind of
Got
it once it was cut out, I think they realized it was a happy accident. You know, like
Yeah.
it works better. You
Yep.
know,
Suspense.
I don't know
plays
who
better.
the
Yep.
editor was, but whoever decided to cut out that subplot was a good move. Made it a better movie.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean,
Excellent.
it's one of those things that, like, if you think about it too much, maybe you question it. But in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter. Like, you're already on to the next scene. You're already
Yeah.
already.
I wasn't
accepting-
disappointed at all today watching the
Yeah,
original
totally.
unrated
And
cut.
and like you said, Jay, really the only question you sort of had maybe in the back of your mind was like, how does Dr. Hill control all these corpses?
yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
because they all
But
get up at the same. It's a great reveal. It's a great
And-
jump scare.
Like I said, the film, the unrated version, attempts to explain that, but you just, I guess you just have to accept it, right?
Sometimes less is more. Yeah.
Then we have Dan and West sneaking into the morgue. They pick their body. They pick Melvin, who we talked about as Arnold's body double. They jam that bone saw through him after he crashes the door and kills Dean Halsey.
In HD, I noticed that saw is not moving at all.
Yes, it was a chest appliance that they built. The neck down, they built Peter Kent's whole torso, and then he's sort of like standing, kind of like with his head out, and then the torso is down this way on an angle, and then they have somebody underneath with the bone saw plunging it through this
Pushing
fake
through,
chest.
right.
Yeah, and I mean, it's effective. Cool
I just
effect.
noticed when he goes and grabs it, and he goes, "Dan, get out of the way!" and he's got the thing, and you hear zzz, zzz,
Yeah.
zzz. It's just totally sitting still. The blade, the stuff you could get away with in the old days.
They bring back the dean. They give him a shot. I'm gonna show this every single time because
So cool.
they give him a shot of the serum, and then Meg comes in. He's cowering in the corner.
Oh, you know what? About that scene, as a kid, I didn't remember watching him get his fingers bit off. That was traumatizing to me today.
Yeah,
Because I don't remember him for the whole rest of the movie not having those fingers. And then it's usually wrapped up or something, I guess.
yeah. Actually, so the thing with the R-rated cut is the reason the main version is unrated is because when the film was released, it was a choice to be unrated. They did not want to submit to the MPAA to get a rating.
Got it.
Subsequently, after in 1986, they put out an R-rated cut. And maybe I don't think your VHS would have been the unrated. But if you ever saw it on TV,
But
or
I was
something,
watching it on a 19-inch television on
that's
shitty
okay,
quality,
yeah,
and it was
okay, fair.
pan and scan, I'm sure.
That's fair.
Not on
one of the
86
things,
inch at 4K or whatever it is these days.
yeah. one of the things I noticed this rewatch is in that scene after Dr. Hill has taken Dean Halsey and put him in the padded room, and he's talking to Meg. He's got that bust, that medical head bust on his
Yeah.
desk,
Yeah.
and he's using it to like talking about his lobotomy procedure.
Yeah.
It
She goes,
was
I don't
at
want to know. Don't
Yes,
tell
it
me.
was at this viewing that I remembered what happens next, and I was like, "Oh my god, I love that he's in his office. He's got the head that he eventually uses as his own head to sneak into the morgue later."
Yeah.
I used to build haunted houses when I was a kid, so that just was a very convenient prop to me. I always remembered that part. I always loved it.
The medical
Yeah,
head.
just the and the way they use it, what you're talking about later when Meg
Yeah,
knocks it off his head and freaks out.
yeah. And
I
then
was
right up.
actually offered that head,
Oh,
a
really?
collector. The condition of it was not in the greatest shape because it wasn't like something you'd buy at a medical place. They actually made it for the film.
That was gonna be my
Oh,
question.
wow.
It was,
Okay.
yeah, so it was deteriorating,
Oh,
and
okay.
I
Oh,
thought it
that's
was neat, but
I
that's it.
honestly, I just assumed that it was an off-the-shelf medical example
Yeah.
piece.
So did I.
Nah.
Right after that, we have another iconic scene, which is when Dr. Hill comes down to the basement and threatens and is attempting to steal all of West's work.
I'm gonna
Right?
be famous.
Yes, and there's another scene of him hypnotizing somebody to get what he wants. He hypnotizes West to
Yeah.
let him take all of his notes and the
Huh.
serum. But even in that version, West breaks from the hypnosis, grabs the shovel, and then hits him in the head, and then chops, just decapitates him. Right? Like
Given that the outcome's the same, again, I say we don't need it.
I totally like.
Yeah.
In a way, he plays it so in. He's such an intimidating presence, and he's a really tall man.
And
Like
Jeff, the short man.
yes.
Yep.
So like, I I understand why Doctor West is intimidated by his presence, right? But then he gets some courage and he cuts his head off.
It's brutal. He knew right what he was doing too. He just
Yeah,
laid him out and then started chopping.
yeah. And then he puts his head in the pan in a great like bit of comedy where it won't stand up. So
Excellent.
he grabs the, I don't know what the actual name of those things are, but like the note, receipt,
Like a check
stabber.
spike. Check spike,
Yeah,
yeah.
check spike. That's good. And then he uses it to hold the head. Now, is that the head that you own, Sean, or is that the other head?
Yeah, I think that's the one. I think
Yeah, because they made two. Is that what it
I
was
made
for the?
two.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You can tell. I'd have to go watch the movie again to pick out. Yeah, I can tell the differences.
yeah.
Um,
Well, and I think a
but
big
yeah,
difference is eyes open, eyes closed. Is that right? If I remember correctly from your video, because there was an eyes open head and an eyes closed head.
I think they're both open, but I think didn't one have glass eyes and the other one had like they were sculpted in. Maybe I don't
Oh,
remember.
okay.
Yeah,
I haven't watched the my episode in a while.
yeah, yeah. You did all your research. Then again, watch Sean's video. Um, he's so great in the pan. You bastard!
So good.
It's so good. Following that is like another fantastic. Like I think one of the biggest moments of like comedy, like straightforward comedy, is Dr. Hill's body bumbling around his office trying to like find him the blood and just like
Even just
get him
opening the
all set
door,
up.
it's funny. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And like it's definitely comedy. Like
It's
there's no
borderline
if ands or
slapstick,
buts.
yeah.
Totally, totally. Um,
Oh, I'm looking at them now, and I'm looking at the one has a closed mouth and one has an open mouth.
okay.
So
But
they're
the
different
eyes are
sculpts.
different.
Yeah.
the the other head had almost like really light blue eyes.
Yeah.
Um, but no, they did have like a closed eye version. Let me see.
Well, because it doesn't, if I remember correctly, doesn't yours have the little pull tab inside to open and close the eyes, or is that the mouth?
I don't remember, man. I'm just
Yeah.
looking at the pictures, and you can totally tell the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
It's probably something you don't handle very often. It's probably just sitting in your
yeah.
case,
It
right?
has like it had a thing in the back you could put your arm into it, and it was almost like a puppet,
To
like you could
puppeteer it,
puppeteer
yeah.
it. Yeah. Anyway,
Dr. Hill sneaks into the morgue using the medical head that we were talking about from the previous scene, and then the guard leaves his post to go masturbate. I guess is implied. Like that's
as
Wow.
we do.
he's looking at a dirty mag, and then he's
I always thought he was doing a number two, but geez, you might be right now because
no.
I was like 9 years old, so it
I
was
know.
Or both.
pre all of that.
I think he's gonna go jerk
Probably
off. I
both.
think that's what he's doing.
So
Pretty
this is the
heavily
second
applied
movie
either
we've
way.
covered where that happens. European Vacation.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that
the
was a
Eiffel
moment
Tower.
in Europe. Yeah, that was a European Vacation moment that I never caught.
Rusty.
No,
or-
Clark
Clark.
on the
Yeah,
Eiffel
okay.
Tower.
Oh,
He's
Yeah,
like,
it just
wow,
depends
this
on
place
how you-
really gets the blood pumping. Well, I'll be right back.
yeah.
And then he won't have sex with his wife later that night.
Yeah. So Dr. Hill sneaks into the morgue with that head. Then Dean Halsey breaks in and kidnaps Meg, and we have I put it in my notes as the scene.
Yeah.
It is probably one of the craziest things to happen in this film. Um,
It's also pop culture, right? Because they reference it in American Beauty, which won the frickin' Oscar that year,
yeah,
when they're smoking weed.
that's true. Yes. Yeah, this is the scene where they kidnap Meg, they lay her on a table, they strip her naked, they bind her to the table, and Dr. Hill attempts, well, I guess he does, but he attempts to have his way with her.
There's a
Because
lot of
he's-
weirdness to it too, because the
he's-
dad, Meg's dad,
Yes.
is the one who kidnaps her and puts her on the table
And-
and strips her clothes off. It's very
Yes.
uncomfortable.
Yes. And I mean, the whole idea of the scene was, what if a head could give head? That was what they were going with, right? Like, and it's like, it's iconic. It's intense. But I'm glad it doesn't go all the way. You know, I think that would have
It's
really,
just long enough. It's just long enough,
I
and then they
totally
get back
agree.
to what the movie's about.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then my hero, Herbert West, the not creep at this point in the movie, he saves the day.
Oh,
Right?
that he created. He created
he's a
this
hero.
mess.
He's a hero.
I call him an anti-hero at best.
I'm trying to remember what the line is when Herbert West
Yes.
walks in on them.
Oh,
Something
I-
about bubble-headed co-head.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
yes,
I'm
yeah.
disappointed in you, Dr. Hill.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Something about a
along those
bubble-headed
lines.
co-ed.
yeah,
Having a tryst with a bubble-headed co-ed.
Yeah.
something like that.
Trysting, I think he said.
In the Lovecraft writing, they sort of talk about like the animalistic nature of the reanimated corpses and how they have no control anymore over their violence, their sexual tendencies and stuff. So I think all of that is what is culminating in this scene.
Mhm.
I mean, anybody else have any thoughts on it? I think it's one of the scenes that like really stands out in this movie.
Definitely
Yeah.
an iconic image.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the fact that the head is like going into her nether regions
Even
is
for me, it's even before that. It's when she wakes up. It's when she wakes up, and then she starts taking this environment in one thing at a time, and then the
Yes.
head says, "Hey, Meg," or something like. She's like, "What
Well,
the fuck?"
and yeah, because she
And
she
then
tries to
knocks the
defend
head off,
herself.
and
Yeah, she's
it just keeps
defending
ramping
herself
up.
to take the head off. Yes. And
And
then we
he's
have
like, I've always admired your beauty. Oh, creepy. I've always
I
loved you.
just so you know, Jay, I wrote down West saves the day. All right,
Because
so
he's the hero. Yeah, I know in your
he's
mind.
the superhero.
Yeah.
Then we get the "Who's gonna believe a talking head? Get a job in a sideshow" line,
Oh, so good.
and then we have chaos erupts. The bodies in the morgue, they all come to life at the same time.
Such a great jump
Um,
scare.
yes, and now we've got Dan. Dan is there. West is fighting the
West is
corpses.
fighting Hill and and then Dan's trying to get
Yes,
yeah,
and then
Meg out of
Meg
there.
is trying to connect with her father, and then eventually she does connect, and now Dean, the corpse of Dean Halsey, is now trying to protect Meg.
Yep.
Grabs that Hill head, squishes it,
Oh,
throws it against the wall.
the best.
I know that throw and that splatter. It's like so.
It's the guy too. The what the hell, I think he actually
Everything.
mouths "What the fuck."
Yeah.
And
Um,
and it's also a great turn at the end there where Dan kind of becomes West at the end,
yes.
taking Meg, laying her down and trying to revive her, and
Yeah.
and then he pulls out, and it's just such a great way they shot that too, going to
Totally
dark
agree.
and letting
Yes. And
and seeing
just the glow.
the reagent,
So good.
Yeah.
I wrote down ending
it
scene
set up the
perfection.
sequel perfectly.
Totally.
It's like, come on.
Yeah, I know.
You could have started the movie right where that left off.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly.
Excellent.
The only other thing I think before that, they fight that guy in the elevator, and the actor that they got was an amputee. So so he was an amputee from the elbow down. So they built a prosthetic arm for him, and then that's how Dan was able to chop the whole arm off in frame. And then
and have
obviously
the
the
guy
arm,
still acting.
yes. And then the arm that's in the elevator is just is somebody with their arm through the floor, right? It's such a
As a kid, I
classic,
love that
like,
gag. The
oh
twitching
man,
twitching
it's
hand.
so effective. Even in Bride of Re-Animator, they do it with the leg. Somebody's leg. Herbert West is working on the leg, and it's just clearly a leg through the bed with like a bit of an appliance on the knee to expand the ripped flesh. But it's simple. I know how it works, but yet I'm still like, it looks great. Like there's it works, and the reason we still do it that way is because it works.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's the plot of Re-Animator. I mean, it is so much fun. It is like like 86 minutes. It flies by. It's
Yes.
paced so well. It's so exciting,
Yep.
funny, gory, like everything you want.
And I mean, it's funny is my fiance is your age actually.
Okay.
She's also 33, and I'll show her these movies, and most of the time she hates them.
Yeah.
She really loved Re-Animator.
Yeah,
Oh,
She
nice.
was. I mean, that surprised me. She loved how dark it was, and
Yeah.
just wacky.
Exactly. Yeah. Wacky is the right word.
Like you said, compared to some of the other horror movies at the time, this one does stand out to me. It's
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
done. It's well executed.
Uh, I-
And it's not reliant on just gore. I mean, it's got a story.
Yeah,
It has good
totally.
acting.
Yep.
It has
Absolutely.
plot twists. It's a real movie.
Yep.
Totally.
It's not just a guy in a mask with a knife stalking teenagers.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but unfortunately, that became the formula of the time.
Yes.
Everything was that.
Or even just a splatter fest, right? Like there's lots of gory movies that have great effects, but they're bad movies because they don't have story and because they don't have good actors or even just good direction, right? They're just made to show us blood and guts.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Re-Animator had its world premiere at the Cannes Film Festival in France as part of the market showplace. So it wasn't part of the actual festival. At the same time as the festival, they have all of these films that are looking for distributors play, and so May 11th, 1985, it had a midnight screening, and apparently the screening was so popular, or there was so much buzz around this Re-Animator movie. The screening sold out so fast that they had to add an additional screening for
Whoa.
1 a.m. Right, that they had to find a theater to facilitate the amount of people that wanted to see this movie.
Wow.
Um, it was awarded a special designation for genre film by the Cannes critics at the time, and one of those critics was the guy we like to talk about on the show, Roger Ebert.
Big fan.
He was there at Cannes. He saw Re-Animator at its world premiere. He ended up giving it 3 stars in his review. What he said Stuart Gordon's direction is confident, headlong, and exuberant, and basically went on to sing the praises of this film as more than just a gory horror violent movie.
This
It,
strikes
it
me as the kind of movie Roger Ebert would like. He's
he
kind of
did
he's
really
kind of into this sort of thing, you know,
he
Valley
did
of the
really like
Dolls
it.
and all that.
Sean, I like to pull the Roger and the Siskel and Ebert reviews on this show because I think it's like a really great reference to a time period of when these films actually came out. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, Siskel and Ebert never covered Re-Animator specifically on their show. But what they did do is they would do these yearly roundups of of home video releases, and they recommended Re-Animator 2 years in a row in 1987
Wow.
and in 1988. It was on
Wow.
their genre horror recommendation lists. And even Siskel, he himself said that he's not a fan of violence in films. He said that this movie had enough of other stuff in it to compound the violence that he had a really great time.
Well said, Gene.
Yeah. And then I forgot to mention the budget of this film. This film only cost an estimated $900,000. There's a figure out there, and this might be with like marketing maybe of 1.3 million, but
I
anywhere
have
from
the
nine.
actual budget in the other room.
You have
The breakdown.
the full. Oh wow! I actually I'd be curious to know what the actual, because I couldn't find anything other than this estimated 900 to 1.3 number.
I could go see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, sure.
I-
I'll keep talking.
I agree with you, Brandon. It's probably production budget and then plus marketing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So it came out October 18th, 1985. The website that I use to track how long things are in theaters, what they're up against, it actually didn't have any information on Re-Animator, unfortunately. So all I know is that it came out in 129 theaters. I don't know how long it played, but it ended up making $2 million in
Wow.
theaters.
With
So
129, I mean, that's like Pray Your Cities Are Selected kind of numbers.
yes.
Selected cities. Wow.
So even on its theatrical run, we would call it a technical success. But the
Doubled its
truth
money.
is, yes, but this film really found its legs on home video,
Home video.
right? Like this was
I mean, I'm
one of those movies that's like, yeah,
proof of
you're like,
concept. Yeah.
you got to see it, right? You got to talk about it. Um,
I think I played it for every friend who came over, like at that period, you know, whatever. Oh, you want to watch a movie? Like,
Yeah.
where do you see what I got? You know?
Yeah. And then, like you had mentioned the American Beauty connection. Like, I think this is a kind of film that people love to reference. Like, so I pulled this because this was my favorite film of last year. This is The Substance.
Oh, yeah.
Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley. Have you seen this, Jay?
No.
So this is.
It keeps showing up for on sale at Apple TV, but I've never bought it. I didn't know.
Oh
It was
man,
good.
this movie
Substance,
is
okay.
so awesome. I love it so much. And
Okay.
actually, the water bottle I've been using all night is a green bottle that says Activator, and this is a Substance water bottle,
Okay.
because in the movie The Substance, Demi Moore starts to inject herself with a green fluid.
Mm-hmm.
And there is other references to other horror films in this. The Shining. There's some Shining set references, and there is no way that Coralie Farjat, the filmmaker, who is a huge film fan, there's no way that she was not referencing
Pulling from
Re-Animator
Re-Animator.
and the
Yeah.
green serum
Yeah.
when it comes to the activator in The Substance. So yeah, check this one out if you haven't seen The Substance. So
I
much
definitely
fun.
will.
That is
So
Sean is holding the Re-Animator budget breakdown.
production budget here,
So
and this is
cool.
showing the total negative cost $659,027.
Wow.
Wow.
Amazing.
So I'm going to assume that the $900,000 is probably the
Does
the
that have
closer number.
talent in there too, Sean? Sometimes a production doesn't include talent because the deals are made through legal.
Let's see.
So that could account for the 300 grand.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I forgot to mention is both Bruce Abbott and Jeffrey Combs were theater actors that Stuart Gordon knew through
Oh.
his background in theater, and that's why he cast them in the film, is because he knew them
It's
as
got
theater actors.
cast, day players, and stunts, $56,306.
Wow.
Wow. So I
Yeah.
mean, it could be even lower. It could be.
Yeah,
could be
it could.
nine.
I still want. I mean, I don't. You think all of the cast worked for that? I'm wondering. Well, you're right because
What
there's
is
not a
that?
whole lot of. It's not like there's tons and tons of
This is
extras.
this was something that was in there. Let me try to.
That's
That
cool.
was in with
Whoa.
That's
There's
cool
was in
artwork.
with the stuff. There's also some publicity stuff in there. It's like home video type stuff.
Yeah.
Here's,
I never noticed it watching the movie, but in that artwork there, it did. Hill does have a little bit of a resemblance to Frankenstein with the
there's
shape
a
of his face and stuff.
synopsis. There's like an original synopsis. Looks like this is a whole thing that this is an entire listing of all the props and how they would work, what they were for. The costuming page talking about all the different costuming.
That's so cool.
And here's I don't know what this is, some sort of like production breakdown. Empire, obviously. Charles. And here's this is Bruce Abbott's original
That's so
script.
Cool.
Let me see if I can. There we go. This way. But this says copyright 1982.
Oh
Wow.
wow, they're working on this for a bit.
Second revision October 84.
Man, that stuff is one of the other things I collect, Sean, is I collect press kits for films.
I've got a big press kit collection.
Yeah, I love press kits. I have the Pee-wee's Big Adventure and Big Top Pee-wee's press kit, and those are like my crown jewels in my press kit collection. Is that especially that original Big Adventure press kit, one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah, I love it when they've got the beautiful folders and tons of 8x10s and all the
man. These glossy 8x10s.
Yep.
Oh,
This is
Beetlejuice, yeah, nice.
my Beetlejuice.
It's
just
crazy. Certain movies, like, some press kits had 4 8x10s. Other press kits had 24.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy the differences. Like for some reason it just pops in my head. Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. That press kit is massive. It's got so many stills. But
this I
That's
mean
John
this
Carpenter too, right?
So this is just one that I found and I thought was cool. So this is a press kit for 13 going on 30. But what's cool about this press kit is they made it a magazine because in the movie she works for a magazine company. So this is Poise.
It's clever.
Poise magazine. I have it in this plastic because it also came with glitter. So it always gets glitter everywhere. But it's not a movie I watch all the time, but it's cool that this whole press kit with all the production information, all the cast, the CD-ROM. At this point, they weren't doing 8x10s, is all in here, but it's made to be like a magazine from the film.
That's cool.
Yeah, I get so jazzed on press kits.
Yeah,
They're
that's
not.
getting harder and harder to find good horror movie press kits because those are the most sought after.
Yeah, I like the. I don't have any of the Back to the Future ones, but one of the cool things I like about the first Back to the Future press kit is that it doesn't have a poster on the front cover. I think it just says like MCA Universal on it. It's just like
Hmm.
a blank black cover because it's just the first one, right? Like they know they got a good
Yeah.
movie, but they don't know that they have Back to the Future. So
Yeah.
when
I've
part
got
two
some of
and part
those.
three comes out, they have the poster on the front of the press kit.
Yeah.
I also have a really cool one that I love, which is for the soundtrack of Wayne's World, and it's a
Hmm.
breakdown of all of the tracks on the soundtrack, but
Ballroom Blitz.
it's Wayne and Garth describing each of the songs.
That's hilarious.
Huh.
So it's in all of their vernacular, and it's them describing why they think it's a cool song. Yeah.
That's
That's
funny.
crazy.
Um, yeah. And the last thing is that in 2011, they made a musical version of Re-Animator, um, with
Yes.
Stuart Gordon was involved.
Wow.
Music and lyrics by a guy named Mark Nutter. Um, did you, by any chance, did you see that, Sean? I believe it premiered in Los Angeles somewhere.
I did not, but I I can't really say I know him, but I've met and been around several times the guy who played Herbert West. His name's escaping me at the moment.
Okay.
He's an actor that does a lot of indie films. In fact, he might have been in Your Next, oddly
Okay.
enough, but his name's escaping me for the moment. But I never went to see it. Yeah, I don't know why.
It did have a splatter zone in the theater.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Like
Um,
Gallagher
yeah, or like I was gonna
or Blue
Evil
Man
Dead
Group.
the musical. Have you
I
ever
did
seen
go
Evil?
see Evil Dead the
Yes,
musical.
yeah,
I
Evil Dead the
saw that
musical
in
is great.
Vegas, and I wasn't impressed.
Oh,
I
really?
don't. I just.
I
I
love
don't
it.
know.
Are you a musical guy by any chance? Like, do you like musicals?
Eh, I mean, some, not really. I mean, there's like, I'm not a big Rocky Horror fan,
Yeah.
but I like the soundtrack. But the
What about
movie itself,
Little
I'm a little
Shop?
meh.
You like
What's that?
Little Shop of Horrors?
Not really.
Oh,
No.
really? I
Yeah.
love that musical. I love that movie so much. I'm
But
a
it's
big
strange. Like sometimes I'll like things that have a musical, like for example, Rocket Man. I thought was a great movie, but
yeah,
it wasn't a full blown musical. But
yeah,
it had enough of it that kind of qualifies it as
yeah.
musical. Um,
Yeah, I think like the thing with Evil Dead the musical for me, like I like it because I like musicals. So the fact that
mhm.
they've like musicalized through like the genre of musical, like it's a big send up of even stage plays, right? At
Yeah.
the same time, so I come in with a different sort of background. I did a lot of musical theater when I was growing up, so
I
There you
did
go.
too.
Now
I
the
did
yeah.
truth
too,
comes
and
out.
and I like the ones that I remember. But it's very hard as
Yeah.
an adult to walk in. Like I couldn't stand La La Land. I fucking turned it off. So did Nicole and I
I
couldn't.
see.
We just
I
couldn't
love
do
it.
it. We couldn't do it.
I like it a
But
lot.
I will say one of my top 10 favorite films, even though it's musical, but it's not really, is Pink Floyd The Wall.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
because it's not people breaking out into the song, but there is a couple
Yeah.
moments where
right.
he's playing, as the
Yeah.
character singing.
What do you call those?
Because what's that?
I was just trying to like I'm trying to think of like what that genre would be because it's not a musical, it's not a concert film. It's like a visual album.
Yeah, because there's also not much dialogue. It's
Yeah.
Right.
all told through the songs, So
Yeah.
Did you guys like Popeye when you were a kid? Robert Altman.
Popeye is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, I
I,
like it too, the production design. But again, like I loved it as a kid, so I love it now. I think if I saw it now, I'd go, "What the fuck is? Why are they all
no,
singing?"
it's so good,
Okay.
dude. The
I
like you
mean, you
said,
know,
the
I
production
agree. I
design.
agree. But if you found it now, you would think that.
I watch it all of the time. It is I have a shelf here that is like my favorite movies. It is on my shelf of favorite movies. But I also I watched it. My grandma had the VHS tape of Popeye.
I can't believe I used this
I
one.
I watched it over and over and over again. And the thing is, for some weird reason, this VHS copy that my grandma had, the dialogue was out of sync with the picture.
Oh, weird.
And that is how I watched it forever. But I loved it so much that I just was like, I just accepted it. And then,
Wild.
years later, I was collecting my own movies, found my own copy of Popeye. I watch Popeye all the time. I think it's incredible. Like you said, the production design's amazing.
Yeah.
Robin Williams' first feature film. Shelley Duvall is the perfect
She is the
olive
perfect
oil.
olive oil. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
yeah, there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
I don't
But it
even
is
think
a
there's anybody else
musical.
you could put in that role. It was only for her.
Yeah, yeah. I have such a soft spot
I
for
had no idea.
Popeye.
When I used that as my example, I had no idea that you were going to be so effusive.
Yeah, yeah. I brought it up already on this not this episode but this show, but like it's the same thing with like the 1994 Flintstones. There was just something about the production design of that film, the scale, that the scope of that film, that I'll forever be impressed with. And
I
it's
just
very
thought
similar
of
to Popeye.
another. I just thought of another musical, sort of musical movie I do like. I'm a big fan of Velvet Goldmine. I feel
Oh,
like
I
that
don't know
Okay.
that
movie.
one.
You never
Velvet
seen
Goldmine.
Velvet Goldmine
No, I've
with
never even heard of it.
Christian Bale and uh, what's her name? The actress from Hereditary, the mom. Um,
Oh, oh, oh God. Why am I blanking on it? She's
Great
in
actress.
Knives Out.
Yeah, she's been in a ton of stuff.
Starts with a C, I think.
Tony
Shit.
Collette,
Yeah, Tony Collette.
Yes, Tony Collette.
Sixth
Yes.
Sense,
Yeah,
mom from the Sixth Sense.
yeah. Velvet Goldmine is a loosely based on David Bowie and Iggy Pop.
Oh,
Ewan
no
McGregor's
way.
in it as well.
Okay.
Oh,
So
look at this.
it,
Okay.
I know the
you've never
cover. I
seen
can
this.
see the
It's
cover.
and
I've never seen it
great
either.
soundtrack. Talk about a beautifully visually stunning film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I highly recommend Velvet Goldmine if you haven't seen it.
I will definitely check that out. We've
Yep.
got. Oh yeah, I know. I definitely know that.
But for the viewers at
Where?
home, this is new to me. I'm going to check this out. I'm going to get this one. I'll buy it tonight.
Okay. The last thing we have to do here on Re-Animator is Sean, do you know the app Letterboxd? Have you heard
Yeah.
of Okay. I love Letterboxd. I love logging my movies. I love the year-end sort of review of everything that I've watched. I love, reading other people's reviews. So what I like to do is I like to pull some reviews, some funny reviews from Letterboxd here and read them on the show.
I just joined and followed you this week, Brandon.
Yes, I followed you back, sir.
Oh, thanks. I should log in more than the one time, I guess, to see
Um,
that.
do you use Letterboxd, Sean, or just know of it?
When it first came out, I used it for like 2 weeks and got bored with writing stuff.
Yeah. It originally came out as just on the computer. It was just a website, and I joined and I logged the odd thing, but it was just too difficult to like go online and do it. Now it's an app, and I love it. Plus, I like writing my own little reviews. It's like a fun little thing for me to do after I watch a movie.
You would do that exercise anyway, right? So this gives you a place to put it.
I probably wouldn't write something every single time, but I like being able to rate and sort of catalog what my ratings were. Maybe if I come back and revisit something, like when I revisited Your Next, I had logged it back when I saw it originally, and it was when I went to log it again, I logged it the exact same. I was like, okay, I felt the same way about it back then that I felt when I rewatched it last night. Um, Oh, Jay, you're gone.
I feel like that's an underrated movie.
You know, I did enjoy it. Um, there's stuff in it that I really like, and then there's some camera work that I don't really like. I
Hmm.
think it's too much handheld. I like a handheld camera, but when it starts to become the whole thing is handheld, it kind of gets a little like hard to watch in my opinion.
Sort of feel like an episode of The Shield.
Yeah, yeah, it's like yeah, it's like all over the place.
I,
So
I don't know if you're a fan of Adam Wingard, but
yeah,
by far my favorite movie is The Guest.
me too.
Yeah,
I am such a diehard Guest fan. Micah Monroe, Dan Stevens,
yeah,
that film. If you've never seen that film, go and watch it, but don't look up anything about it. Go into that
yeah,
film cold. It is such a great movie.
This is
Yeah,
2014, right?
yeah,
that sounds about right. The Guest.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Another one I
From the
want
makers
to
of Your Next,
plug
right?
that kind of remind like when I think of The Guest, I feel like it's in the same vein. I think it's an incredibly underrated film, and I think it's his best film, and most people have no idea this movie even exists. Is Lee Wanell's Upgrade?
Okay. I know.
Have you ever seen Upgrade?
I haven't seen it, but I know the cover. I can see I can see the cover. And next time I come across it, I will buy it and I will
Dude,
watch it.
trust me,
Okay.
everybody I've turned on to that movie loves it.
Yeah.
It
Upgrade.
it totally went under the radar. Yep, there it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Upgrade.
Yeah. I know that.
And it's so ahead of its time. It's very in tune with what's happening right now with AI.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
All right, I got to
Track it
add that
down.
one to my list too.
yeah. Trust
You're a
me
good
on that
source.
one.
Yeah. No,
You'll love it.
I do trust you. Okay, so here is a couple reviews from Letterboxd on Re-Animator. Brian says, "Imagine hearing the Re-Animator theme at the club. 5 stars." Neon says, "The normie is always getting in the way of intellectual and scientific advancement. Let my boy Herbert work." 4 stars. Russman says, "Best use of a Talking Heads poster ever." 4 stars.
Ah. Now, did you
And then-
notice it before you read that review?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I noticed
Okay.
the Talking Heads poster. Talking Heads is my favorite band of all time.
Okay, so it stood out to you. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Talking Heads and Devo, those are my favorite bands ever.
Right on. You really are. You're the wrong generation.
Hold on.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah. No, I've
Nice.
I've seen your dome and your little your Kennedy cut in the background of your collection videos.
Oh yeah, I took the dome. I put that dome in the other room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Devo fan. Did you watch that documentary on Netflix already?
Yeah, I enjoyed it a great deal. I just didn't like how it just kind of glossed over the period from like Total Devo on. How it just kind of they went to like Total Devo and then they kind of just ended it. And
Yeah.
I was really more fascinated with that era of like why Alan left the band, who the other drummer was. They never mentioned him by name.
Yeah.
Because the first Devo concert I ever went to was the Total Devo tour at the Coach
Okay.
House in San Juan Capistrano in 1980, I guess 88, 89.
Wow.
And
Right on.
and I'm a huge Devo fan. I've seen him a ton of times since. But it's funny is that album I don't think gets the respect. I mean, I think Total Devo is a great album.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just felt like they got to that point and then they just kind of ended the documentary. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen a second half to that.
Yeah, I think it went by really, really quick too. I didn't really learn anything per se, but I also knew that like that's not why I was watching this documentary. I just kind of wanted to see the guys tell the story. I love
Yeah.
Mark Mothersbaugh is like one of my favorite people in the world, like
Yeah.
the scores that he puts out. I mean, he did the Pee-wee's Playhouse score, and like guy's a legend. So yeah,
Really? With Cyndi Lauper?
yes,
No kidding.
yeah.
That's cool.
The last review I want to read here is from a celebrity. Her name is Sarah Sherman. She goes by Sarah Squirm online. She's from Saturday Night Live.
Comedian,
Uh,
yeah.
Oh,
She's
yes,
funny.
yeah, yeah. She's great. I love her. Um, her review, and if you know her, this review makes perfect sense. She just says, "Perfect movie," and in all caps, "End of story." 5 stars. And if you don't know Sarah Squirm, you know Sarah Squirm is obsessed with gore and horror and gross. She has an HBO special coming out very, very soon, which is going to be very gross. I guarantee it. She's fantastic. She's on SNL right now.
hmm.
Yeah. So the last thing we like to do here, Sean, is we also like to rate the movies out of 5 stars, because eventually at the end we'd like to know what are some of the best movies of this blockbuster year 1985. Do you want to go first, Jay?
Sure. Be my honor. Thank you for asking, Brandon. You know what? So I loved it as a kid, and I didn't love it any less this time. I actually saw more of it. It makes me want to kind of watch it again. I think as a movie, it's very decent, but as a horror movie of this type of genre, I think it's actually better than average. So I gave it four
Yeah.
stars.
Yeah. Sean, do you have a star rating out of 5 stars? You can do
Uh,
half stars, whatever you'd like.
I'm giving this sucker 5 stars.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, I think it is the absolute perfect mix of horror and comedy, which is
Mm.
hard to pull off.
Yeah.
It's not so over the top that it gets silly. I mean, it does get silly in a way, but it always maintains a level of seriousness that keeps it grounded, and still keeps it scary. You
Yeah.
know, I think I think it's definitely Stuart Gordon's masterpiece.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I think as a horror comedy, it's a perfect film.
Yeah.
It's 5 stars for me.
And before you answer, Brandon, we should probably tell everybody that we offered Sean a number of different films for the horror
That's
month, and
true.
this was his
Yes.
choice.
Well, when you told me 1985, this is
Yeah.
the one that jumped into my head before you gave me the list. So
Perfect.
it was
Perfect.
already, that's what I was going to ask to do. So
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah. I also am like, I really do love this movie. It is so much fun. The effects are great. Like I've said time and time, the acting is fantastic. I love the way this film looks, even with all of these interior sets.
Hmm.
Um, for me, it is a solid 4 stars and a heart on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
It's a film that I do enjoy. Granted, I don't watch it all of the time, but getting to do this episode, I was excited to rewatch it
So was
again.
I.
Yeah,
I just want to let you know if Sarah watches this episode, she's going to be so disappointed in you.
Because it's only 4 stars.
Because she said perfect movie, end of story. So, just saying.
she rated it 5 stars, and that's fine. That is exactly her. You and Sarah can be friends then, and I'll be
Yeah,
on the
no,
corner
we'll
with my
be
4
friends.
stars. Yeah, I just like the 5 stars for me. Obviously, like we're not covering
Back to
it,
the
but
Future.
I know it's going to
Yeah.
be Back to the Future, and I know it's going to be Pee-wee, right?
Yep.
And it is, for me, I don't do half stars, but that is only because it was a thing on Letterboxd specifically that I wasn't giving half stars. So now if I started giving half stars, I feel like I'd have to go back and reevaluate everything. So that's just a rule that I've set for myself personally. So I could
What you're
definitely.
trying to say is you would give it a half star, but you
That's
can't.
what
do
I
it
hear.
because
That's
the
what I
weird
hear.
rules
It would be
that you've
4.5
created.
if you
Yes.
don't want to break your rule. Right.
Yes. Yeah.
But yet you are breaking it, sort of, by insinuating you'd break it.
Yeah,
Hence, you need to go back and change all your old reviews.
yeah. I'm not writing down 4.5, but I'm happy to say 4.5.
But this is going to mess with your head all night. You're going to be laying in bed thinking about this going, fuck, I need to go back and change them all now.
Everything.
He was right. He was right. What kind of reviewer are you? Dummy. Anyway.
No, this is awesome. I really appreciate you coming on the show and talking about Re-Animator. It was a lot of fun.
No problem. I had a good time doing it. Now I got to get to packing because I got to leave tomorrow morning for Florida.
Okay.
You going to a con?
Real quick, where can people find you, Sean?
Well, this weekend they can find me at Scaradice, formerly known as Spookala, in Tampa, Florida. I'll be there all weekend. But on Instagram and the artist formerly known as Twitter and all that stuff, it's at Malfunction.
Yeah.
YouTube, you can just search Sean Clark or at Malfunction on YouTube as well.
Sean, are you going to be at the Chiller Con? Is that what that's called in Jersey?
Parsippany?
Okay.
No, they're mad at me right now. So.
Oh, all right. I'll be on the East Coast for that one, just because Phil Morris is there and some of the Back to the Future folks.
Yeah, I unfortunately made somebody mad over there. Not that it's no big deal. I'm just being kind of funny about it.
Yeah, no, it happens, that behind the scenes world. It happens. Yeah. We've been there with the movie cars too, working the cons.
Yeah, that's okay. It's I'm not broken up about it. Believe me, I'm not fighting to get in any cons. I'm doing my best to stay home as much as possible.
Yeah. There's a lot of them now.
Too many.
Jay, where can people find you?
Please follow me on it's Porsche Life 111 is the Instagram, and obviously we're here in the Late Night Playset, which is our other show that we do. And Sean, I hope at some point, if you're ever up in LA, you'll come join us in person. Love to have you.
For sure. Yeah. Just plan it out.
And and this weekend I'll be a guest judge at the Hot Wheels Legends Tour at Mattel on Saturday from 8 to 12. Come on out if you got a cool ride, you want to see it maybe become a Hot Wheels. This is your chance. Plus, it'll be a pretty good event. Yeah, in El Segundo.
Oh, is it like? Is it a place the public can go?
Yes, they do a tour all around the world every year, and it's basically a series of car shows where they have sort of like celebrity-ish. I'm the ish judges, and they're trying to they narrow it down. In each city there's a winner, and then the grand finale is here in El Segundo. So it's open to the public. Come on out. It's great for kids, great for dogs, all that stuff. But
and is the place in El Segundo actually Mattel? Is that their actual building?
It's actually at the Hot Wheels garage, which is there's the tower that you see from the airport that says Mattel on it, and then just a little bit like a block over from it is the design center. It kind of looks like a loading dock, but it's where all the executive offices and everything are. And there's a huge long parking lot, and that's where it is. And they do it every year.
I've never seen that building.
It's pretty cool. And inside is where they normally have all the life-size real Hot Wheels cars that have been built replicating the toys that we all had. And those will obviously be pulled out for the event so everybody can see them. But it's a fun thing. Wow. I've always wanted to do it. They've asked before, but the scheduling never worked out. So I'm really excited. And I'm going to do it with my buddy Phil Morris.
Awesome.
So should be good. So if you're in the LA area, come on out Saturday and bring your car.
Well, if you're also in the LA area the following weekend, I'll be at Son of Monsterpalooza. So,
where's that?
Burbank Airport Marriott.
Well, if I'm still in town, I'll come over to that. That's where the Hollywood show is, right? It's only a few blocks from here.
Same place.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. How about you, Brandon?
Where can they find you, Brandon?
other than the headquarters for BC DeLorean up there in Canada.
Yeah.
Other than binge watching Popeye.
Yeah, over and over again, backwards and forwards, upside down. You can find me at BC DeLorean on all the social media. Follow the Blockbuster Year Facebook page and Instagram page. Yeah. Like and subscribe for the videos. Next week, we are continuing Horror Month, and we will be talking about Day of the Dead. George Romero's Day of the Dead.
Choke on him.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh man,
I'm
this guy
excited.
here, Bub, he's the
Yep.
best.
Howard
Um,
Sherman.
our guest next week will be Jacob Walsh from the YHS podcast. We had
Oh,
Craig on for the Teen Wolf episode, so our
he was
guest next
great.
week will be Jacob, and I'm really excited to revisit Day of the Dead. And I know I'll probably rewatch Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead, and just get fully immersed in the blood and guts of George A. Romero's zombie movies. So I'm really excited to revisit this.
I'm
Um,
I miss my old life and my wife who passed away last year, and I'm not bringing it down or anything, but I'm so excited about all these new friends I'm meeting this year between you, Brandon, and obviously Adam and Sean. It just this is really fun for me, and I like trying new things, and I just wanted to say thank you, everybody, for being part of this because it's good for me.
yeah,
It's really good
no,
for me.
I've said like I love doing this show with you, Jay, and I would be talking about these movies by myself to my wife. So I love having an outlet where I get to talk to you and I get to talk to people like Sean about these movies, and everybody has their own stories, their own perspectives, and we all learn stuff from each other. It's the best.
Yeah,
And
and you're a really good dude.
more importantly, she loves the fact that he has an outlet to talk
That's
Yes,
what I
about
was
these
thinking.
things.
That's what I was
yes,
Um,
thinking. Exactly.
I have to ask before we jump off, since you're such a massive Popeye fan
yeah,
and a filming location nerd, have
yeah.
you ever gone?
To
No, I
Malta.
have not. I have not gone to Malta,
So
but
we should do that, Brandon.
it is always in the back of my head. That's like, I wonder if I could get out there and go visit the actual sets and the quote unquote amusement park.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the film, but I would love to see that set in person. It's pretty
Yep.
Yeah,
cool looking.
yeah, and it's
I sense a pilgrimage.
yeah, a remote episode of Malta
Yeah,
for what is that 88? I think is Popeye.
I think 80.
that was 80.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. 80. Yes.
These
Yeah, you're right.
kids, Sean, these kids.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
closer
So
to
80.
right
you in
now,
age.
it's the 45th anniversary. Get out there now.
Let's see. Is it? It's within reach.
Oh my God.
I know exactly where it is.
Nice.
All right. So now you said it was your grandma's copy.
Yeah.
Did you ever get that from her?
No, she still has that particular copy, but I have the exact same VHS copy with the red
But
But
case
yours
and the
is
white
synced.
label.
I
but
want
the-
the out
but
of
the-
sync one.
yeah, I think you should own that out of sync copy just because that's the one you grew up with.
Yep.
Yeah, I know where it is. I believe all of my. You know what? Maybe I do have it. I should check.
If
I
not, you should
check it.
swap yours with your grandmother so you can have
Yes.
the dubbed one.
Yes, I also have. Yeah. That I will look. I will look for that. I'll check and see if the one that I have is that version. If not, I believe I know where all of my grandma's tapes are stored. I'll have to go and dig through and find Popeye.
Yeah.
Because when we're on that long flight to Malta, I'm going to want to watch something.
Yeah,
Bring your portable VHS player.
yeah,
It's the combo unit. It's in my carry-on.
yeah,
Did we do the thing?
Well,
Are we good?
yeah. It's all done. Thanks again, Sean. Really appreciate it.
problem.
You're a righteous dude, and I cannot wait to see this Clownzilla make an appearance on your channel. Really looking forward to that.
Coming soon. I kind of gave up a big. That's a spoiler, but we'll see.
Looking forward to it.
All right.
Thanks for watching,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.
We love you at home. Please love one another. See you out there.
All right. Take care, guys.